Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. I feel pretty good. I had some delicious food earlier. I got to eat some noodles, and now I'm here alive and well. Or at least well enough because I scraped my elbow. Gosh darn it. But you know, I'm just gonna call this my cursed arm, so whenever I feel like the pain of that scrape, I'm just gonna imagine it. Yeah, it's a cursed arm. At least for until it heals. So woohoo! Continuing more of Last Book 7. Hopefully I can get to that one fight this week, and if not, gosh darn it. But not, I believe. And I kinda have to sneeze, wait. Okay, I sneezed. On mute. Yes, I'm surviving the night. I ate some noodles, I scraped my arm, and now I'm ready to go. So, end of section 11. Life in Chichen Itza, number 2. No battles. Ta-da! I left off with totally not pain and suffering. I gotta make up with you, Olga Marie. We're back to Pau. Where's Olga Marie? Is she back yet?
You, Olga Marie? No, I don't think she is. I did just see her on the main street, though. It looked like she was headed towards the altar.
Then we must have just missed her. I'll go look for her. Okay, hopefully I can reach it then. No, that's okay, I'll go. No, let me go. I'd like you to stay here and mash the corn mash. I have to say the second one. Mash the corn mash?
I prefer that too. The corn you crush with your shield is so smooth and soft, you can't even tell it used to be corn. It's by far the best mashed corn I've ever had. I'd love to see you use your shield to grind cacao beans next.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored. Though I doubt the rest of the round table knights would be happy about this. Nah, it sounds good. I wish they did more of that one episode for a double with Philip and Shotaro being idols. You, Olga Marie, director. You, Olga Marie. Oh yeah, they could be making cornbread. I was thinking maybe they're just making like a weird mash. I mean, legit. Like, baby food, nom 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 nom. What? I wasn't hiding to avoid an awkward situation or anything. I just felt like a detour. You know how it is. Sometimes you take a few odd turns when you're flying around. I wouldn't know, I can't fly. A mailman turn? I wouldn't know, I can't fly. Fright, you can't, can you? I guess humans and Dinos have that in common. Except for certain Dinos. Like Vukub. Steer. So, what is it already? You stopped me for a reason, right? We just haven't had a chance to talk lately, so... Let's go back to Tepeo's house together. Together, as in with you? Yeah? Is that bad? I see. So you're here in your capacity as my secretary. Admirable work ethic. Then I suppose I can head back. I already have a perfect understanding of Chichen Itza's layout anyway. At this point, I can handle one Ocelotl invasion no matter what tricks they might pull. Won't even be hard. Not that I have any reason to defend the city. Isn't protecting humankind central to your presidential platform? I am enabling her. So how are things with you? Are the Stormborder repairs going well? I've noticed a lot of Danos coming and going. Looks like they're enjoying learning about technology from proper human history. And hello. You guys are good at making friends, aren't you? You do the same thing with me. We're actually resuming our original mission in the command room tomorrow morning. We actually have to meet at the command room first thing tomorrow. We have to meet early day. Oh, you mean the bridge of your ship I visited before? So you managed to restore power. I'd rather not see that Gordolf guy's face again, but I'd love to see that place up and running. You said tomorrow morning, right? What kind of mission are you guys gonna be resuming? Having said that, more than half are against her coming aboard the Stormboarder, myself included. Aw. Misaki? Okay, I have to ask. Is it okay if I come along too? Of course! For me, anyways. Forget it. I changed my mind. I don't care about your ship anyway. Besides, unlike you, I don't need a vehicle to fly. And I only promised to accompany you until you rendezvoused with Chaldea anyway. Go back without me. I still want to spend more time looking around the city. But save me some cornbread. I really like it. Oh, I guess we are making cornbread. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is you're apologizing for. But if there's something weighing on your mind, maybe asking about it will help. So, is there anything you want to ask me? Something I want to ask you? Nah. No, not right now. I see. Good. Honestly, I don't think I could have answered you. Oh, and if you see Wakchan... Never mind, just forget it. Anyway, you have an early morning tomorrow, right? Go on then. Shut down for the day and enjoy those dream things or whatever. So, good night. Good night. Okay, time to rest. Unless we're not gonna rest, like usual. Fragment. Fragment 2. Ooh. Poor you, Olga Marie. If only we could take her with us. I would want to take her. Sleep is for the weak, I know, right?
Long time no see, President Girl. Have you come for your revenge? I gotta say, I'm amazed you survived that. Guess you're right to call yourself a god.
Ooh, static.
So all three of you are still alive. What an odd quirk of fate. That we're all here together the moment the world ends. Even if it is more of a preview.
Is this really what you want, David? Krishaya rebelled against the foreign god's machinations. He tried to use this tree of emptiness to evolve all humankind. But you're trying to eradicate us completely. That's no different from the foreign god's efforts to erase human history. I don't know who I am. Because after that servant killed me, I temporarily reset myself to reduce the strain that comes with a reboot. When I woke up in that cave, all I could remember was my name, my purpose, and information I probably acquired from video records on an external storage unit. I am an alien named Yu Olga Marie. My purpose is to take charge of foolish humankind and save this planet. Those two things are all I remembered. I have to say, even dead, I did a stellar job. There is no way anyone could misinterpret something so simple. And maybe this is due to my reset, when I lost the ornaments that made me who I am. It exposed some parts of me which had, until then, been hidden. I began to feel my feelings much more freely. Put differently, my judgment was impaired. I began ignoring my assigned order, and instead prioritized my own decisions. And so I chose certain courses of action simply because I thought they were good. I like doing that. I don't understand why, but when I was traveling with Misaki and Mash to Chichen Itza, the best word to describe how I felt is fulfilled. Am I into ASMR? I do. I love that stuff. Or should I say I am? I was also interested in the organization they said they belonged to. When I told them I'd help them, my brain was absolutely flooded with dopamine. And so I just chose to ignore the difference between Earthlings and myself. I had a sense that everything would kind of work out somehow. Even though I have no idea who I really am. Aw, I like you, Olga Marie. Oh, Aoko. Oh, summoning her is gonna hurt me so much. I want lots of her. I want lots of Alice. I gotta plan accordingly. I gotta just think about life.
I'm here. I'm finally here. I'm seeing the best scenery in all of Chichen Itza with the most beautiful woman I've ever laid eyes on.
I was completely at a loss for words. After I'd spent the whole day with Wakchan, the warrior, as he showed me around the city, the last place he visited was neither a glamorous meeting hall or a noisy stadium. It was a tranquil but unremarkable landscape, offering nothing more than a peaceful view of the whole city. True, at least next year. I just gotta think about life. Maybe get a piggy bank. Specifically for fate.
It's pretty alright. I mean, it's pretty, right? Sunlight's great for sure, but I also really like these nighttime lights. They say the bonfire just to keep the darkness away, and that sunless nights are supposed to be for resting. But I like seeing the Dano's shadows cast by the flames. I like the pictures they paint on the walls. I guess it feels like, really, living somehow, not just surviving, like in the jungle. It's almost like we're leaving behind proof that we exist in places where there usually wouldn't be any. I know they're just shadows, but whenever I see one that looks like my old man, it always reminds me of him.
I didn't say anything in response. I couldn't. Because that's when it really hit me. This is a truly tranquil world. Dano society is downright utopian compared to human society. There's no comparison whatsoever. The fact that their strongest warrior's favorite place was an arena for him to demonstrate his combat prowess. But a quiet place overlooking the entire city was undeniable proof.
Olga, what's wrong? Are you hurt? Did you bang yourself on something? But I don't see any wound.
This is exactly the kind of world I wanted to create before I wound up like this. Even so, I can feel myself rejecting it. It's such a wonderful world, but I know I have no place in it. I'm the sort of being who burns places like this to the ground. This is wrong. Too different.
What's different? The way you look? The way you're shaped? I mean, yeah, you're obviously different from us and Misaki's group. But that doesn't bother me. All that matters is what's on the inside, your heart. And your heart is beautiful.
Dang, Wakchan. You know, I like you, Wakchan. Every time I get extremely spicy mapo tofu, I put $1 into the gacha bank. You know, I should do that.
Your heart is exactly the color of the stars I saw at the observatory when I was a kid. It's spiky and cool, and it's got all 7 colors of the rainbow. It's not shaped like anyone else's.
My judgment was impaired. I was prioritizing my emotions. That's why I've had it. Go away. Get out of my sight.
Olga, what is it? Why are you so mad?
I've always hated lizards. From the first moment I saw you, I've been sick to my stomach. And you have the gall to put yourselves on the same level as humanity. A species as ugly and stupid as yours could never be anything like humanity. Oh no! Oh, this is harsh. Uh-oh. Oops. This is painful. I was so harsh with him. And so, the Danos who once seemed so free-spirited, so innocent, so larger than life, slunk away, forlorn, seeming like he'd shrunk to half of his size. Ouch! Hello, hello. Ouch! Poor Wakchan. Oh, Wakchan did not deserve that. Oh no. He was a good boy. I feel a wave of self-loathing so intense it makes me dizzy. My body's functions begin to fluctuate because of how sorry I feel for what I just did to Wakchan. I was lashing out, plain and simple. I must be more aggressive, short-tempered, and cowardly than I realized. I didn't have the courage to stop Wakchan from leaving, or to apologize. Not then. Even now, I don't have the courage to join everyone else, so I'm spending another night wandering aimlessly alone. Still, I have no idea what to do. My memory reset was only temporary. I can still remember what I forgot if I see it again. Which is why... Tezcatlipoca. Seeing him made me remember something. I remember him killing me once, and I remember that when he did, he called me the foreign god. I'm the foreign god. Chaldea's sworn enemy. I may be proud of my being an enemy of humanity, but I don't even want to think about being an enemy of Chaldea. I don't think I can go back to Tepeo's house right now. Not until I get my emotions sorted out.
Wow, I didn't even realize the sun's already left. Those proper human history stories are so interesting. There's so much more I want to hear about the Lost Belts. That Greece place sounded awesome. I'd love to visit it myself. They said machines like the Storm Border were all over the world. Can you imagine?
The main street was filled with Danos talking about Chaldea. I guess Misaki is telling us stories about the Lost Belts at the Hokuto Shrine. Why would they bother telling the Danos all that? That would just... It'll just let the Danos find out who did all this. Maybe Misaki and Mash don't know I'm the foreign god. No, of course they don't. If they did, they would never have let me come along with them. Misaki doesn't know, Mash doesn't know, nobody at Chaldea knows. Girl, we know who you are. We know what you are, but we still like you nonetheless. They can't know, they can't. I'm not Danos, I'm not human. I don't belong anywhere.
But you know, as much as I'd like to hear more stories, yeah, I know what you mean. Proper human history stories are fun, but they're also really sad.
Fun but sad. Of course they are. We couldn't ever really be part of that group, no matter how much we might want to. Forget it. I'm just going to stop thinking. I'm going to forget I'm the foreign god and go back to who I was before I went to Mexico City. But just when I was about to completely give in to desperation... Hey, there you are. Hey! Hey, girl! Hi! I saw Misaki waving and coming my way. Oops. But no, what do you mean we're gaslighting her? We are always allies. Truly. Oh, and now we're going to the kingdom of corpses. Ah, wonderful. What's a beautiful name? Section 12. Kingdom of Corpses. Great. This'll be fine. Even if we're technically not supposed to be allies, we're still besties. Good morning. I just woke up. Good morning.
Good morning. You're the first one up today. Nice to see you seem to have gotten a good night's rest.
Marie told me to go to bed early yesterday. And since she commanded me, I did it because Madam President.
You know, Misaki, Father Kotsumine actually left me a message to give you. It's about her. Not long ago, I'm sure I would have only told you the message's contents. I would not have been able to imagine how you might feel about them, but... No, never mind that. Let me just give you the message. Chaldeans, I know this is short notice, but the young miss and I decided to part ways with you. Though she has yet to regain her memories, and she is not yet sure who she really is, she has said, and I quote, I'm sick and tired of dumb Danos, weak-ass earthlings, and stupid, sweltering Miklan. We will therefore be leaving this lost belt tonight. I'm sorry I can't be present for your confrontation with David, but as a young Mrs. Butler, I am obliged to obey her. I wish you luck in your future endeavors, Shepherd of Lost Sheep, Father Kotsumine. The end.
You mean she's already gone? Oh, so silly Kotsumine, you said you can't tag along, but I'm forcing you anyways.
Yes. Oh, and one more thing. Father Kotsumine asked me to give you this as well. I'm gonna give this to you as well. Are the carvings in this bark what you call English? Anyway, he said that you Olga Marie made this for you.
I cannot help you save the Earth. I'm sorry. What nice handwriting she has. Dot dot dot. Just big oof. I see. So you, Olga Marie, and Rasputin are gone. I actually saw that you, Olga Marie, the foreign god signal has disappeared from our instruments. I was only able to follow it partway, but it looks like she was headed towards the surface. Well, the first stratum.
Well, she didn't attack us, so that suggests she still hasn't regained her memories. She may not have liked me much, but it felt more like she saw me as a rival than an actual enemy. If anything, it seemed like she was fond of us, especially Misaki and Mash. But she still left without saying goodbye. That must mean... Was she offended by how wishy-washy we were about including her? I know what that's like. Hell, I don't know what it's like to not feel that way. Every time I joined a club in university, I always felt like I was the only one who didn't belong.
Bruh, same Gordoff, that's why I don't join clubs.
It's hard. It feels like lying on a bed of nails. And above all, my fierce pride simply couldn't take it. I bet it was Rasputin's idea. I mean, I know I told him how they should leave. But seeing Misaki and Mash's responses is making me wonder if I was wrong. No, deep down, I think I was secretly hoping you, Olga Marie, the spitting image of Olga Marie, would officially join Chaldea in the end.
I'm going to miss her too, yes. She was a foreign god, but she was hilarious to watch, and had gaps in her knowledge and defense so big, you could drive a bus through them. If I managed to take advantage of those openings and analyze her, that would have made it really easy to find out what exactly the foreign god is. Why she looks like Chaldea's former director, and how she incarnated into a beast spirit origin. Alright everyone, chin up. No harm has been done, so there is no cause to be depressed. We may have lost our chance to verify it, but the fact that she is still suffering from memory loss is good news. This gives us an opportunity to complete one of our original objectives, stop the foreign god from fusing with Ort. I agree. Heartless as it sounds, there's no sense discussing this further. You Olga Marie is no longer helping us. She's our enemy once more, and that's how I'm gonna think of her. Got that, Mash Misaki? Yeah. But maybe she hasn't left for good. There's still a chance she could decide to come back. Yes, it's definitely possible. So if you do run into her again, make sure you're prepared to defend yourselves. That said, if she comes to us asking to talk instead of attacking, I won't force you to strike first. If that time comes, I'll leave the decision up to you. Got it? Go on, repeat back what I said. Thank you, Captain. That's not what I said. Also, why are you thanking me? Because it shows that you trust not only us, but her too. Because when all's said and done, you still believe in her. Yeah, maybe you're right. The Marine didn't have any unique skills separate from the rest of the series, but he was as much better judge of character than I've ever been. Oh, Marine, why'd you have to go down like that? Alright, it took us a lot longer than I expected, but it's finally time to start our staff briefing. First, I want to reconfirm our main objectives. The primary one, as we just mentioned, was to neutralize the foreign god and stop her from fusing with Ort. Our secondary objective was to excise the South American Lost Belt and to capture the last cryptor, David. Obviously, things have changed since then. There's been no shortage of surprises in this Lost Belt, and now we need to rethink of how to handle those two objectives. For one, now the foreign god is suffering from memory loss, she's not even thinking about fusing with Ort. Meanwhile, David the cryptor and his servant, Tezcatlipoca, are now trying to use Ort for their own ends. If what you saw in Mexico City was, in fact, a vision of the near future, then we must begin by considering how we can prevent it from coming to pass.
Right you are. Unfortunately, the Ortonax contained no video footage of the collapse of Mictlan, an Earth that Misaki reported. Not because it didn't record for that span of time, you see, but because that footage, and only that footage, was lost.
Of course, only that footage was lost.
We therefore have no choice but to take our field operatives' words for it. Still, I have to ask, are you sure the whole Earth was really falling apart? It wasn't an illusion, or a forced perspective, or something along those lines?
I'm sure. It was real, no question. I'm sure.
I can't believe it! Oh, I'm not talking about your testimony. I'm talking about David's absolutely insane plan. Isn't he working for the foreign god? And doesn't the foreign god want to rule Earth? So how could she possibly rule the planet if it no longer exists? Koinskaya, do you have any idea what he's thinking? The fact is, you did used to be on the cryptid side, so you must know more than anyone else here.
Afraid I haven't the slightest clue, and I'm not alone there. David was always enigmatic, even to the other cryptors and the foreign god's disciples. Before the foreign god appeared here as Yu Ogamarie, she was only focused on Lord Krishtaria. She had less than no interest in the other cryptors. Now that I think about it though, she did kind of seem like she was deliberately ignoring David. Thank you. Well, more that she chose to leave him out of her plans. She never so much as gave him an order, never even said that she didn't care what he did. That's not how you treat a subordinate, if anything. Yeah, she was treating him like an equal, or possibly a superior. Dang, David. The foreign god and I signed a mutual non-aggression pact, which let me do whatever I wanted. But the foreign god never had any authority over Lord David. Maybe Lord David was never even a cryptid to begin with. Well... Never a cryptid to begin with. Does it mean he was never really on Krishtaria's side?
I see. Now I understand what that file of Wodimes I saw in Olympus was talking about. Kirilight, David was a member of Team A, that's not in question. That said, he was never in the same position as us. He didn't owe the foreign god anything. For that matter, the rest of us had never even heard the word cryptor until we were brought back to life. Me, Ophelia, Akuta, Beryl, none of us had heard it before, but it looked like David was already familiar with it. At the time, I thought the name was like a blood oath, sealing our vow to revolt against humanity, but I was wrong. It was actually the foreign god who told Krishtaria that we were to be called cryptors.
So calling you cryptors was not Wodime's idea after all? Then what are the requirements for being one? Do you just need to be a member of Team A?
I'm not totally sure, but like I said, the rest of us only learned the name Cryptor when the foreign god resurrected us. What's more, there was a price we had to pay if we were going to be resurrected. Resolve the incineration of humanity. While we were in our coffins, the foreign god promised to resurrect us. If we could prove that we had the same power to resolve the incineration of humanity, incident that Misaki and Mash did. But that was impossible. Me, Ophelia, and everyone else in Team A were all dead in our coffins. It was hopeless. We couldn't even have made it through the first singularity like that. So, Wodime did it for us. He resolved the incineration of humanity incident all by himself, several times over, so that we wouldn't have to. He never said anything about it, never threw it in our faces, just made sure that we all had the same opportunities he did.
Yes, I can certainly see him doing that. And also why Ophelia fell for him. I understand how you feel, Kadok.
It's okay, I'm calmer now. I can just imagine the troubled expression on Wodime's face if he saw me, making you sympathize with me like this. Anyway, my point is, I never found any mention of David's resurrection. I'm just guessing here, but I think David somehow managed to resurrect himself.
Well, Akuta technically could have resurrected herself. So why not David at this point?
Apparently, the foreign god needed a certain amount of energy to resurrect us. In fact, it took the same amount it needed to clear the incineration of humanity. David managed it by generating that energy on his own. I bet even the foreign god must have been at a loss. According to Wodime's records, the foreign god gave us only minimal support in our coffins by letting us use Chaldea's summoning system to summon servants. But apparently, David didn't even think to make use of that. So even though it was all just a simulation, he still resolved the incineration of humanity alone, without a single servant.
Without a single servant? Is the man just going around punching everything? And if yes, impressive. Very, very impressive. He did all that without even a single heroic spirit? So he made it all the way from the first singularity to the final one, entirely on his own? Very, very epic.
What the hell? What is he? Some kind of super master or something?
He doesn't have to even be a super master. He's by himself. He just built different.
Was he being a jerk or just showing off? Did he just feel compelled to prove that he's a better master than Misaki, by resolving the incineration of humanity without a single servant's help? It wasn't like that. Again, I'm quoting from Wodaim's records. Davidson Void was omitted because his way of thinking and living never belonged with humanity in the first place.
Wow. So he literally did that on his own. Dang. I see. Then he would have had no choice but to satisfy this condition on his own. Because he's not part of humankind, and since he isn't on humanity's side, he couldn't summon a servant even if he wanted to.
Gah! Must you sound alarmed at the worst possible timings? Sommelier, what is it anyway? We've got a problem. Something's rampaging outside. Even the Danos are all fleeing in terror. Maybe we should suspend the briefing for now and see what's up.
Got it. Misaki, MASH. We're on it. We'll take care of it right now. Right, Habitrot, can you help us? Sure thing. It's probably just some carnivorous insects or ocelome anyway. I'll have this wrapped up in no time. Of course his first summon is Tez. Of course, of course. And then let's see how do I want to do this. Wait, I know how I do this. Silly me. No thing, just do. I got this. I totally got this. Wait, I scrolled too far. Of course, I'm gonna make Kotomine work because Kotomine. And this time I'm actually gonna use that one essence. Just in case. Because I hate how a lot of them can actually use like a little evade. That I do not like at all. So might as well be prepared. Prepared enough. Yeah, David's gacha luck is unreal. First time summoning, he just gets an SSR first thing. And a super powerful one. Not fair. Not even I could get Tez. Tez is the one crypto servant I'm missing. Oh, moving corpses. That is a lot of corpses. Okay. Well, this is how it be. This is life. Oh, if you have Tez and first Hassan, you have a line for Hassan. Oh, I have Gramps. When there's a rerun, hopefully I can get Tez. Moving corpse. Hey. Ouch. I'm just imagining these as zombie Osalome. I'm gonna have Mash do a thing. I believe in her. And all you Kotomine. Now we can sit back and enjoy the damage. Yeah, it's a Rasputin. What are you doing here? I thought you left with Yuka Marie.
I saw humanoid enemies and couldn't help myself.
As one do. I don't blame him. Thank you, Mash. Good job, Mash. Mash, smash. Polka is a new Grand Assassin. Okay, after the first San gave up the position, he made his Tez take his place as a new Grand Assassin. Oh, cool! 2 confirmed grand titles. Good for him. Okay, that looks good so far. And... meh, you know, let's do it this way. Why not? Ta-da!
東映保管これは多くの道多くの夢を過ぎた運動のし証明せよロードキャメロット
Thank you, Mash.
苦痛苦悩死を苦をへび生きる糧くべる薪に集いたまえザジガーニエアンリマイ
Dang, he's so powerful. Once he eventually has a rerun banner, I do want more copies. I will risk my internet. Apparently the qualification to being a Grand Assassin is to have a connection to death and a connection to the mountains. Oh! Death and mountains. What? Why mountains too?
これはいい機会だ夜の影
Of all the things for assassin, mountains.
死の毒の犬どもよ今こそ声高く笑うがいい
Man, does it mean that if I continue living on the mountainside, I could have been an awesome assassin? But no, because I left the mountainside.
軽く言い
Due to wanting better internet. All that being said, internet's still scuffed. Oh no, our boy's cursed now. Oh, spooky scary curse. Okay, actually I know what to do. At this point I might as well just bring Arc out. Let's just end the pain and suffering for a bit.
よろしい
And there.
これはこれは
それ見つけたシート行きま
That makes me wonder what some of the other qualifications are for the other grand classes.
軽く言いそこか悔い改め
And ta-da!
福音は裁きの
All
後で
good.
与えられよう
Woohoo! Dear. Okay.
Kamazotz, it's Kamazotz! It's the bat. The shadow of death is here. He didn't even wait for it to get dark.
Hey, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid. Hope your stream went by well.
Run! Run for your lives! Run before he sucks your blood and turns you into a living corpse!
More enemies are approaching from the jungle. There's still more coming, Master. Those footsteps are shaking the ground. Must be mindless Dinos. Be careful, everyone. No president, no Kukulcan right now, so we'll need a servant to break through its defenses. Or Mystic Code if you've got one that can do the trick. Do I got one that can do the trick? Well, I guess I do. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. Completely fine. I got this. Woohoo! Okay.
ではこっから
And yes, I had to get him. I mean, actually, no, Rasputin likes me enough. That's why I could summon him. Which is good yet bad. He broke my internet. He broke my cable. Oh, I'm so happy that I have that. Ignore evade. And invincible to deal damage. Ignore sure hits. Well, sir. I can still bonk you. All is well with the world. In my case, anyways.
運命をかけた戦いであれば早負けですよカルウェナ
Okay, all cool to me now. We're gonna believe in him. And this is just for the arts bonus. Oops. Okay, all good.
見てか
And
よろし
we...
いいい機会だ
Oh yeah, it's a dead apostle, Dinos.
悔い改めよ打ち砕かれよ悪しき者欺く者を私が招くパミールイナースボースパチそこ
Oh, that was super good. Yo, look at him doing a thing. This one craft essence makes life so much easier. Claire, can you just like not do that? Can you just... You... My gauge! My gauge, my dude! Bro! Bro, what you did to my gauge?
先人を学
Oi!
ぶとしよう
Oh, that is not nice. I don't appreciate that. My gauge! My beautiful, beautiful gauge!
装填済みです
Oh, sadness. It's okay. It's fine. All's good.
輝き
My gauge! He's just gonna prevent me from using a Noble Phantasm at this point. Oh! Oh, I feel so much hate towards him! Ooh! Actually, no. I got this. This is fine. Technically, I could put
よろしい
the pressure on Mash, but I want to see how this goes.
そこです
You know, Kotsumini deserves to suffer every so often. Oh, he looks so silly right now. Okay, now I'll do the thing. Wait, let me stare a tiny bit. One guts. You know, I'm not scared of that guts.
よっその気になった次や
見てかシーズ
壊せ
ポ
ばいいで
ーズ
しょ
チ
Oh, he just targeted him or Mash at random.
よろしい
Dang.
夜の影獣のうなり死の毒の犬どもよ今こそ声高く笑うがいい
Good job. Oh no, this is overkill.
成層圏までひとっ飛び大気の守り
Wak-chan.
の周り
Poor Wak-chan.
出ましょ
He was a good boy.
何か得るものはあったかねよろしい5を積み重ねたの
Ta-da!
だ
Okay, we lived. Did the Danos just turn to dust? It kind of looked like it just self-destructed. He just turned to dust. I thought the same. It seemed like something other than poison or pain robbed it of its intelligence. I never thought we would run into monsters like that in a lost bout. I'll be brief. He just fought a vampire. The Danos must have been attacked by a blood-sucking monster that became one itself. As for the animated corpses he fought prior to that one, they must have been lesser familiars and ghouls. Such monsters are created by imbibing the blood of the undead, which causes them to instinctively seek more blood even after death. They're the type of enemy that we have not seen previously. They are also a foreign enemy which would normally not be our problem. So now, as if David Semvoid and Tezcatlipoca were not bad enough, it seems we must also address another new threat to Chaldea. It's not new at all. It's Camazotz. The Danos even said so. Camazotz, as in one of the major dark gods of Xibalba, described in the Popol Vuh text of Mayan mythology. Now that you mention it, I remember seeing details about someone by that name in Misaki's report as well. Are you sure that's him? Are you certain you were not mistaken? Or that you misheard, perhaps? According to the Popol Vuh, Camazotz was a monster who cut off people's heads to drink their blood, but it says nothing about him being able to control the dead.
Oh, this is bad. This is very, very bad. Sion Da Vinci. For Danos, Camazotz is even more frightening than the Knight. Whenever he shows up, all the Danos hide away in their homes. And that means
they won't be able to help repair the border, so it'll take us way longer to finish fixing it. Well, I suppose the original plan was to fix it ourselves, so we haven't really lost anything in that sense, but I'm right there with you. It's really disheartening. Never mind the repairs for now. Isn't Chichen Itza in trouble?
yes, it is. We're in Chichen Itza territory right now, and there's no telling when those monsters might head for the city.
Then we have no choice but to defeat Camazotz. Besides, he's the one who's been using Master's command spells without her permission. I knew we would have to face him eventually, so the time is now. I have no objections.
So he's the one with the command spells?
Alright. I don't blame you for being upset, Mash. Also, I'm surprised you already knew Camazotz Tepel. I thought you were meeting him for the first time back in the first underworld along with the rest of us.
Well, that was my first time actually meeting him in person. Camazotz is the only being in Miklan who is superior to us Danos, which makes him a frightening figure. I just happen not to think of him that way myself, so when we meet him, the only thought I had was, oh, so that's Camazotz. So the Danos are simply scared of him too then. I mean, simply scared of him then. I suppose it means it's up to us then. It's only right that we repay the Danos for all their help and hospitality. Misaki, Mesh, go take care of Camazotz for them. I'll even send Quinn Sky to help you.
Me? Why me?
Oh, no particular reason. I certainly haven't been wondering how long this Vixen means to keep mooching off of us, wondering if she'll ever take a page from the Danos book. None of that has even occurred to me. No, sir, not once. Anyway, good luck.
I decided I'm coming along too. I already know which direction the ghouls came from. It's a jungle northwest of here. The same place you all went to look for food before.
What did you just say?
Food. Well, he is terrifying. Just look at him. But at the same time, I do like his design. Kaan Ruins. Steer.
I was so intrigued, I decided to join you. Camazotz is probably hiding out in the ancient Kaan ruins. is a dangerous place, so this time, I want to do everything I can to ensure all of your safety this time.
This time? Did something happen at these ruins before?
No, not at Kaan. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Come on, let's hurry.
Tippo. He was talking about what happened with Marine. Are these Kaan ruins dangerous?
Kaan was a city, well, a kingdom really, that predicted Chichen Itza. It believed that the Danos who rebuilt Chichen Itza would actually use Kaan as a reference.
That's news to me. What happened then? Did the kingdoms decline naturally? Or did a later king decide to relocate the capital?
We're not sure. To this day, no Danos knows what Kaan was like in its heyday. We don't know what life was like for the Danos who lived here, or lived there, or why Kaan ultimately disappeared. This was a long, long time ago, you understand?
The before times.
The only knowledge that the priests passed down was knowledge acquired after Chichen Itza was completed. That being said, some Danos do believe Kaan's downfall has something to do with the Fourth Annihilation.
Fourth Annihilation? So Miklan also experienced extinction events? Fourth?
I already told Father Kotomini this, but according to Kukulcan, Miklan's son once went to a hibernation of sorts. Consequently, Miklan experienced a night which lasted for a very, very long time. In turn, the Danos had no choice but to follow the sun's lead, close their eyes, and enter a deep slumber. In your terms, the sleep lasted about 100,000 years. When the sun returned, less than 10% of the Danos who had gone to sleep were able to reawaken.
100,000 years? And only 10% of you came back? There's no way you could ever repopulate your species with so few... Oh wait, now that I think about it, humans experienced a similar miracle. 70,000 years ago, back when modern humankind only existed in West Africa, there was a freak weather event that reduced the population down to only 2,000 people. They survived the crisis though, and eventually spread out to other continents, eventually growing their numbers to 7 billion alive today. Hey, hello. I feel pretty good. I ate some good food earlier tonight. Although, the way Tipeo put it, it sounds like the Danos are able to cryopreserve themselves. Maybe they have something similar to cryptobiosis, the ability that lets tardigrades survive even in outer space. Oh, I love sea bears, sea pigs. That clinches it. The Danos are clearly a new type of prime species. One that was purposefully designed with a talent for genetic manipulation that never existed in proper human history.
It's not much farther to the Kaan ruins now. Please watch your step, everyone. There are many fences to trip on there.
I guess we will be the fifth in that case. So these are the Kaan ruins. Yeah, those are definitely ruins, but there's something about them. These are the Kaan ruins. Ooh. Right, something feels off about them. Quinskaya? Is something wrong? Is something wrong? Perish the thought. I was just taking a little trip down memory lane, that's all. More importantly, look up. Don't you recognize those flapping sounds and that creepy laugh? Eh?
Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! How cruel! How endlessly deliciously cruel! You cluster together in your weakness, cowering, trembling. You build walls. You prosper, and eventually have yourselves a kingdom. But no matter how you rack your brains, you're still hopelessly weak. All that hard work wasted. In the end, all that remains of you is your bones at the ruins of your shattered, forgotten dreams. What can one do but laugh? But look down upon you in contempt. Truly, the tears of the weak are as sweet as the blue blood in their veins. How I've enjoyed waiting for you apes. It was worth the trouble sending my messengers to get your attention. I'm accustomed to boredom, but don't take that to mean I'm anything approaching patient. You respond so quickly. The Danos could learn a lot from you in that regard. But Faster isn't always better. I only count 3 servants with you this time. The shield girl, the child scholar, and a gussied up beast. Do you really mean to challenge me, the lord of the underworld, with this pathetic lot? Has Tezcatlipoca rattled you so much that you forgot the foolhardy display of valor you showed in the underworld, priest of Chaldea? Fine, let's have your excuse then. Why have you so underestimated me?
Are you and Tez in cahoots? Hey, it's not like we're in the underworld now, right? Come on, dude. Ooh, it's an interesting SCP. A bunker that restores humanity when it's been completely annihilated.
So you think you needn't fear me because we aren't in the underworld, is that it? Ha, hehe, ha ha ha. Insolence! Insolence, 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 insolence! Death, 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 death! Alright, that should do it. You may be infuriating beyond compare, but you are brave. I like that. You're exactly what humans should be, priest of Chaldea. Now I want even more to be you. These summoning arts fascinate me. It's rather fun getting to meet dead warriors. I see you've reclaimed 2 of the command spells. One still belongs to the underworld though. My original plan was to cut your head off in the 4th layer. And to take your eyes and braid for myself. But it seems it's time to show how wrong you are about being able to defeat me just because we're not in the underworld. It's time to slake my thirst. Don't worry. All I need from you is your head. I do so love blood, but I hate having the same blood twice. Unfortunately, you all look alike. I can't be expected to tell an ocelotto from a servant, so it's my personal policy to kill any creature whose blood I've tasted before. Would you like to know why? So I don't have to ever so I won't ever have to look at them again, and won't have to resort to tasting their blood twice. So welcome, welcome! Listen well, undead warriors of Kaan. The time has come to add to your ranks.
Well, at least he's being welcoming. So picky about his food, though. I was just like, you know, I'm disappointed. Why does it taste the same? I don't like that. Nasty. Bro, stop being picky. And you know, just keep it as is. Why not? Let's try it out. All is fine. Oh. Interesting. Battle Infinity.
ここでお前たちを歓迎しよう。不死なるカーンの戦士よ。その同胞を増やす時だ。
An ultra sweet, super rich cake. Ooh. Man, I want that legit.
運命をかけた戦いであれば要請決裂
Okay, now how bad will this be?
要請決裂
It should be fine. I'm just getting extra buff just in case, you know? Better safe than sorry.
数字は支配し悪は成長するマセマチカルマリグナントアナイアレイト
Also, regarding eating the same thing over and over and over, I can do that.
輝き
Depending what it is. Like, I could just eat soda crackers every day. And I've been more or less eating / drinking the protein shake almost daily, so I'm just like, chocolate. Next day, chocolate. After that, chocolate. Now, let's see how this goes. Actually, no fear, let's do this. Yep, all good. A fancy cake from the fancy bakers of Lotacoin's Island. Sure to please even the pickiest of cake eaters. Lot of coins. Oh. Oh, no wonder why it's Battle Infinity now. I get it. Why did I expect anything other than that? Well, oh. Just oh. 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 This is fine.
失礼それ見つけた審査いきま
It's a good thing I like fighting, but forever, maybe not. Like Kamazons, I gotta do other stuff too, you know? I have other gacha games to farm in. Bunk. Bunk. Oh, the fields of Arcoade. Arcoade's so worth it though.
大週末圧倒します失礼
More gauge raising.
違法の国時の終わり慣れた剣は彼の手に明言なる勝利を刻めラウンドオブアーマ
Good job.
ロそこです
Why not? Let's just fill up gauge real quick and boop.
の光を
She had Summer Ibuki. She avoided me.
そのまま
When it comes to last year's SSRs for summer, the only one that liked me was Lady Avalon. She came home twice, at least. But the other two, like Scotty, Summer Scotty, Summer Ibuki, why you no love me? Okay, this is fine. Even more, of course.
運命をかけた戦いであれば
All is well.
時空は崩壊して理解できるね正義も悪も全ては世界の機能不全
Okay, if Arc may be proved useful, that's good. Arc is prepared. She's powerful. She's a true warrior.
潰される虫けら
Okay, nice. Wow. Lady Avalon Summer Ibuki to Bon 11. Super impressive. I don't gotta do that. Let's just raise gauge real quick.
もちろん下がってい
理
るよ
解できるね
Ta-da!
消えなさい輝き
穴だらけだ
Bonk. Bonk. Ouch. And you know why not? I'm not gonna resist the power of Buster. I have problems.
成層圏まで
Ta-da!
一飛び大気の守り星の周り束ねて落として見せましょう
Hello, hello. I'm doing pretty well. Ate some good food. Unfortunately, scraped my elbow, but it's okay. It's my cursed arm for the night. It reminds me that I'm alive and well. Or at least alive.
邪悪なる輝きを
Ooh, okay, more opportunity to raise gauge. I like this.
理解いいともいいとも
Ta-da!
邪悪は芽生え正義の果実はフランスこれこそ我が子
Man, I'm so happy I got young Moriarty. He's so beautiful. I do want his older self someday. But his younger self, oh my goodness. Mega chewy, giga spicy candy. Yo, I would eat that. Chewy candy's good. And spicy good. Also, hello, hello.
興味深い
Okay, this is fine.
時空は崩壊
Actually, wait, no. There. More buff. More buff for the boy. He'll be the buffest boy.
よしいいともいい
In
とも
there.
正義も悪も全ては世界
How infinite will this battle be?
ませまちかるマリグナントアナイアレイト王道に押しつぶされる虫けら
Oh, they didn't die. Uh-oh. Oops, my bad. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm good. Phew! Last World 7's pretty fun. I love Chichen Itza. I love the Dinos, especially Tapeo. And Wakchan.
Truly spectacular fighting, servants. Reminds me of the good old Dark Ages. I never thought the billion souls and gallons of blood I consumed would one day be the driving force for all these skeletons.
Spooky. We can't beat him like this. Is he embedding warrior souls inside the skeletons? We can't even get near Camelsots with all these skeletons around. Do you have a shot, Queen Skya? I'm afraid not. This crowd of skeletons is doing a wonderful job of taking an obstruction. Of making an obstruction of themselves. Unfortunately for us, this is the perfect place for a necromancer. By my count, there are no fewer than 100,000 corpses buried here. You know what? Fall back for now. Let's go. We can't fight him here.
That's right. How need the underworld to summon the dead? And it looks like you apes can't see the blood threads I'm using to bind souls to the skeletons.
Damn it. Guy looks like an idiot, but he's really good at this. He's got us boxed in. We don't have a way out. I can force my way past them into the jungle, but I won't get more than a few meters. I don't think retreat is an option right now, Master. Then we go after Kamazots instead. We'll just have to push through, right toward Kamazots. Push through.
I'm afraid it's not a good idea. The moment Mash gets close to him, he'll retreat back up to the sky, and the skeletons will completely swarm her. We need a decoy. Someone big and tough who won't get hurt at all in this. Hurt in all this. Obviously, it has to be me. Alright, everyone. I'll see you later. I should be able to hold out as long as the sun is here, but I would very much appreciate it if you came to rescue me as soon as you can.
Huh? Tippo? Well. So that's the Thanos barrier. Misaki mentioned in her report. It looks as strong as an electromagnetic armor. There. I fired a volley of my prized napalm rockets. We now have a clear path into the jungle. It won't last long though, so I suggest anyone who wants to live gets moving, and quickly. Senpai. I know, fall back. Hang in there, Tapeo. I promise we'll come back for you. He'll be fine, I hope. Tapeo's built different, actually. He's fine. Completely fine. If I could only summon one of our necromancers to help out, though, I would bring out... Woo. I didn't get to watch it yet. Heck, I didn't get to watch or read anything today. Ooh, such a weird feeling. I only had time for some music and then that's it. On the bright side, I went out for food. But oh, traveling far for food. Ugh.
We overheard everything on the comms. We know Tapeo stayed behind enemy territory. I wish we could combat the enemy numbers with our own, but we'll help save Master Tapeo. We got to. But we can't handle Kamazots. He's just too scary. I know we shouldn't be afraid, but I just can't stop shaking. 04, get a hold of yourselves, soccer raptors. We're not going to demand that non-combatants put themselves in danger. We just need your speed. Run to the temple as fast as you can and fetch Kukulcan. She's ridiculously strong. She should have no trouble handling hundreds, no, thousands of enemies. Our 7th bro's already doing just that, but he screeched that he can't find Lady Kukulcan anywhere. Damn it, she just does whatever the hell she feels like, doesn't she? I suppose this is it then. Koinskaya can't do much against the skeletons since they don't desire anything, and with Captain unable to leave the border right now. Does this mean it's time for Kadok with his anti-beast magecraft and combat focus, so accustomed to fighting on the front lines? Sion, an expert alchemist with an elite number of the Atlas Institute whose plans always go according to her calculations. Myself, an intellectual mage and expert commander who issues orders left and right from HQ. And Munair, who can probably also do something useful. To join Misaki in battle?
Why? Why that description from Munair? Who can probably also do something useful? Bro! Our emotional support Munair. I am not really combatant, you know. I cannot use threads or pull off combos or anything like that. Theon, you were in a fighting game. What do you mean you're not really a combatant? And that you can't pull off combos? Girl?
I overheard the whole thing. It seems my time has come.
Oh, I know that voice. Hey, yeah. What better way to fight zombies than with mummies? Yes. And yeah, he wasn't acting enemy manager, right? Or master manager thing. No one can match me in the art of necromancy. The Camazotz is even using zombies and skeletons. Shows just how much he has to learn. If this demon claims to be a skilled summoner, I will show him the true might of Egyptian technique. The technique that even takes our undead's comfort and well-being into consideration by ensuring they still have bodies.
Oh ho! Now that is confidence right there. I'd never believed you were the same servant who's been on a losing streak since we got here.
Gordolf, you're gonna get bonked.
Well said, Needle Chris. This is your chance to redeem yourself after humiliating loss to Tlaloc.
Did you really need to bring that up right now? Poor Needle Chris. Yes, I can hear them. The voices of the dead. With so many here, even an inexperienced necromancer could embed them in vessels. He could call out to 100 dead, and he would only capture one. I doubt he cares who he gets as long as they can fight. So the other 99 are just ignoring him. You certain you can win? So the others are just ghosting him? I love that. Are you sure you can beat him? They're legit ghosting him. Oh, getting ghosted by the undead. I am. This is where we fought that turkey. I remember its cry was no ordinary thing. I see now it's because it was calling out to the dead. That's why it affected me so much. I can hear the voices of the dead. I'm ashamed I didn't realize this at the time, and only dismissed it as a healthy morning call. So you essentially left your spirit channel on and dialed up to maximum volume. More or less, yes. It didn't do me any favors at the time, but at least I can make use of the experience now. I'm going to layer a spell that mimics a bird's cry over Camazotz's necromancy, essentially jamming a signal. Only a truly exceptional necromancer could hope to keep control of their familiars under those circumstances. Wow, you really know what you're doing! So, which set of ears do you use to listen to the dead anyway? I have to know. Do try to keep your insolence to a minimum. As for my ears, it doesn't matter either way. So that means both. We're here. These are the Khan ruins. Now where's Tepeu?
Ouch. These Khan soldiers are hurting me.
Looks like he's tired, but he's still hanging in there. Phew, we're not too late.
So you returned, Chaldean girl. Good. Struggling like that really gets your blood pumping. So, what did you bring this time? A storm, a fire, a disease? It doesn't matter. The Khan warriors are indestructible. You can never defeat them with the kinds of violence you'd use on the living.
In the face. Huh? Okay, so it's to pay you. I don't know what's going on, but this would seem to be our chance. I'll open my underworld mirror and cleanse the spirits that fill this land.
Grah! A necromancer. I knew it. You should be ashamed. Revolting, revolting. I want to tear my own eyes out. It's so hideous. Kill that woman, my warriors. Otherwise, she will send you to nightmare from which you'll never awaken. How dare you hear the voices of the dead even outside the underworlds? There's only room in Miklan for one necromancer. That's me.
Nah. It's gonna be, of course, our lovely, lovely Needle Chris, but oh gosh. Okay, my servant in this case. Bam. Because why not? Truly might as well. And over here... Wait, let me see a tiny bit. You know, this is fine. This is completely fine. All is good in the world. Why not? Let's just have the boy here. He's here to have fun. And I don't really feel fear here, so let's just... No fear. It's all good here. Whee! All is fine. Who wants some bonds? You want some bonds. Yes, you do. More bond for you. You. And of course, you. Ta-da! Oh wait, Mash. Well, hey Mash. Hi girl, how you doing, Mash? Long time no see, Mash. And now how painful can this be? Oh, there's a lot of them.
やはりそうか、尻を使い恥を知れ。目玉が潰れるほどおぞましい。戦士ども殺すがいい。
Oh yeah, he angry.
以外で死者の声を聞く蛮行許すまじ。
The way he's upset though, he's like, how freaking dare you listen to the others besides me? No NTR. What joke's on you, bro? It's all NTR here. And let's see over here. Yep.
屍の鏡暗黒の霧扉となる恐怖の心暗空ねぶた受戦
Yay for death. Beautiful, wonderful. Even more death. Yeah.
ファラオの意向をここに
Ta-da! Look at all this death.
アヌビスそれが良いでしょう
He said I want to gouge my eyes out before the battle, but now the line is you should gouge your own eyes out. Oh,
扉となる恐怖の
when you're pretty sure it's supposed to be the same line.
ねぶた受戦
Death. Oh, of course it was the end of the most difficult Oh man, we don't have a gauge ready. Oops.
オルテナウス
You know, it's fine.
解除神明東映保管これは多く
Thank you, Mash. Keep us alive.
多くの夢をする人間し証明せよロードキャメロット天罰
God bless Edison turning to God breath Edison. It's just oof. But the scenes are hilarious. That's just how it'd be. No, it's canon. God breath Edison.
望まれることをもちろん
And more arts, because why not?
あれはいつか見た終わりの星
Yay for gauge raising.
私は星を探すのですさあ幕を開けてアラウンドカリバーン
Ta-da!
天罰ここでまっすぐ
Okay, that's good. And now over here. Ooh, more death. Why not? You know, I'll never say no to that.
特別に許可しますもちろん特別に
Okay, please break through gauge.
屍の鏡暗黒の扉恐怖をここ暗空ねぶた受精有効レンジ入りました
Yep, they're all breaking. I like this. Look at all these broken warriors. Wait. There's a mistranslation. A prostate instead of prostrate? Wait, where? Where's the prostate? Back in last what? Wait, what? Brain not remembering that beautiful thing. Huh? Or a typo, that's a beautiful typo, you know.
それが良いでしょわかります屍の
Oh my.
暗黒の
Oh my.
恐怖をここ暗空ねぶた受精
Okay, death worked. Woohoo! Thank you, Needlecrest, you're the
大
greatest.
ツアーへご案内なんでもありません
Beautiful. We also got a nice amount of bones, which I appreciate.
What is this? What just happened?
What happened is that you just lost, Demon God. I rid these ruins of all the dead spirits gathered here. You no longer have even a single pawn to command.
I said, what just happened?
Oh. Special art. Needlecrest? You know, let's just stare at it for a tiny bit. I like how they made a special art for this one scene. Dang though, bro has huge hands.
One move, and I'll split her from head to toe with my scythe.
So fast. He grabbed me before I even had time to blink.
No answer me, woman. What just happened here? How did you do it?
Who wants to talk about murder? Yeah. You mean how I returned your familiars to the earth? I just used my own dead spirit to banish your...
No. The soldiers. The soldiers you commanded. You were treating those pale ghosts as though they were your own subjects, weren't you? Those ghosts were long dead, and your dreams they had vanished along with their souls. And you're going to tell me, what? That you remember each of their names?
What?
Answer me. Do you actually bother remembering them all? Do you really recall those dead people's names and deeds every single time you call upon them?
Of course I do. Those ghosts are all once loyal subjects of the Pharaoh. Even if they are no longer with us, I still honor their names and deeds. A pharaoh who reigned as briefly as I did is only able to exist as a heroic spirit because I share their pain.
Gah! Gah! Gah!
He's just salty. He's like, damn, my memory ain't that good. I can't remember all them names and faces. Unlike you.
Disgusting. Utterly disgusting. Gah! I want to tear my own skin off. I can't take it. I can't take it any longer. This is the worst day ever. Ruined by the worst woman ever. What even are those ridiculous rabbit ears? They make every hair in my body stand on end.
He's just jealous of those ears too, and they're not rabbit ears, dude.
I'm going to Yao Kui for a healing bath. That spring, the source of night, should at least rid me of these awful chills.
I love how he's just rage quitting. He's like, you know what? Time to take a bath. Disgusting. Nasty. I don't want to even think about you. Pimp. I'm not sure what he was talking about, but I get the feeling that it was very insolent indeed. Anyway, I did imagine Lana hit on him, but does this mean we've driven him away? Yeah, I think so. I'd say this counts as a victory. Yeah, we win.
Indeed, victory is yours, and I live to see another day. Thank you all so much. Nitocris, you did what no one else has ever been able to accomplish. You defeated Kamazots and drove him off. I have no doubt there's going to be a grand festival in Chichen Itza tonight. You should return there with your head held high.
I see, a festival, huh? Wait, what? Festival. Festival. Party? I want to see the party. Oi, you better show the party. It's party time. Party time. Beautiful party. Wow, you're right, Zapao. This is quite a party.
Spectacular work, Nitocris. No other warrior has ever managed to drive Kamazots away. The Danos will never forget what you've done. From now on, whenever they encounter a problem, they'll say, Nitocris didn't give up when she drove off that annoying bat. WWND, what would Nitocris do?
Insolence! Huh? Uh-huh? Still not fully grasping the situation. Nitocris, standing alone in the altar. Party's still going by the sound of it. I can still hear the Danos all the way out here. This is not how I imagined today would go, but at least Chaldea's super powerful with the Danos now. I mean, super popular with the Danos now. Starting tomorrow, we should be able to focus on repairing the border again. But before that... Yes, we need to continue our discussion from earlier. It seems that the last crypto David Semvoid has a plan of his own, entirely separate from the foreign gods. He means to use Ort, whatever it is in this lost belt, to destroy the entire planet. So our top priority right now, instead of tracking down Ort or cutting down the Tree of Emptiness, is to stop David's plan. Though of course, since we have not yet been able to detect the Tree of Emptiness, much less locate it, we can do little in the way of planning to cut it down.
Yeah, between crashing and taking prisoner, and surprise cultural exchange, and the zombie attack, I honestly haven't even given a thought to searching for the Tree of Emptiness. How about you, Misaki, Mash? Have you two seen anything around that look like it could maybe be the Tree of Emptiness?
Not even a hint of it. Nope. Hell, Miklan is chock full of mysteries. I agree with Senpai. The surface is completely devastated, while this underground world teems with life. I think if we understood Miklan's structure, we have no trouble figuring out where the Tree of Emptiness is, but...
Heh, You people are overthinking this. Things like the Tree of Emptiness are always in the deepest, most inaccessible parts of the world. So, it seems clear to me that we'll find Migland's Tree of Emptiness at its southernmost point, the ninth, bottommost stratum, linking vertically. And that means once the storm border's back up and running, we can fly right to it. So for now, let's just be patient, give our technical advisor and Sion time to finish repairs while we kick back and relax in our air-conditioned rooms.
That sounds wonderful. Oh my goodness. Kicking back in an air-conditioned room. Not happening, Gordolf. Did you forget about the report of what happened in Mexico City? If we don't do something soon, we won't be able to stop the future where Ort wakes up. And we have no idea how long it'll be until that happens. So the best thing we can do right now is to stop Tezcatlipoca and David's plan before they can wake Ort up.
Right, that slipped my mind, but the future they saw was already set, no? Will stopping their plans change that?
Of course. If we do nothing, the future they saw in Mexico City will be set. But right now, we're still at the crossroads of the present. Should Ort wake, we will no longer be able to alter the future Tezcatlipoca showed us. However, if we can stop Ort from waking, the future is entirely in our hands. Yep, and that's why we need all the information we can get. Who exactly is David Semvoid? How is he planning to wake Ort? For that matter, what exactly is Ort? We still haven't detected it in Mictlan, so right now, we can't say whether it's asleep or dead. Without the information, we can't really formulate a plan. As much as I wished otherwise. Unfortunately, we don't have any way of finding more information. Neither the Danos nor the King of Dinosaurs seem to have any knowledge of things outside of Chichen Itza.
Maybe you could infiltrate Mexico City again and ask David himself. No, that's a dumb idea. Even if we manage to get in and find him, he'd sooner die than tell us anything. What should we do then? It's been less than a year since David came to this sauce boat, the same as it was for the other cryptors. So where was he for all that time? What was he doing? How did someone so opposed to humanity summon Tezcatlipoca? What exactly are Ort and the Tree of Emptiness? I mean, where exactly are Ort and the Tree of Emptiness? If only we could talk to someone who had the answers to those questions. Of course, we could never be so lucky as for there to be someone around who conveniently has the knowledge we need.
Oh? Is it all you need? Because I'm pretty sure you can find a Danos who knows what the cryptor's been doing since his arrival. They're in Metztitlan. Just so casually. Kukulcan, when did you get here? Metztitlan, of course. What's Metztitlan? When did you get here? Oh, sorry. The Danos have been pressing me for more of your stories. So I came here to fetch Misaki and Mash. Your conversation was so interesting, I just couldn't help but listen in, yes. I see. Sorry we didn't notice you. So what is this Metztitlan place? In our world's Aztec mythology, it is part of the name of the first and of the 13th heavens, the bottommost domain where the moon moved. Ilhuicado Mestli. So from what you're saying, I gather it's some kind of moon-like facility overlooking all of Mictlan? That's right, unlike the bastard in the sunglasses, I didn't know much about the future, or causality, or any other complicated topics. But I do still want to help you, so I decided to skip the council meeting in Mictlan and come here to talk. If you don't know the answer to a question, ask someone who does. And there's a very knowledgeable Danos who's good at answering questions in Metztitlan Observatory, yes. Hello, hello. So there is someone up there with an even greater knowledge of Mictlan than you? So where... That is, who in the world is this person? Are they part of the teachings of the sun like you? Good question. The circumstances of her births are pretty similar. If you think of me as Mictlan's new son, she's Mictlan's new land. She can never leave the place where she was born. and that place is the last destination of humankind can reach on their own power. The observatory that was built in the 7th stratum. It's known as Mitsitlan, the terminal observatory, and is the home of Princess... Oh gosh, that name. Shakuik, the stargazer known as Archetype Earth. Oh, Archetype Earth, you say? Okay. She's a duplicate of the planet Sol. She has existed ever since Mictlan first came into being. Well, am I prepared for this lost belt? I think I am. The 7th stratum. Mitsitlan, the terminal observatory. Almost like the Chaldea of Mictlan.
Thank you, Kukulcan. I wasn't expecting a lifeline, but you've truly proven to be our savior.
Ish kick for that one. Ish kick.
Alright everyone, you've heard the goddess. We're beginning a new operation. Misaki, Mash, Habitat, Da Vinci, and Nina Chris over there, having the time of her life. Prepare to leave for the 7th stratum at once. And so I ask you to accompany them too, Kukulcan. And could I ask you to accompany them too, Kukulcan? Da Vinci will only be there to handle a data analysis. You're the strongest fighter around by far. We will be very grateful if you're willing to help Misaki.
Of course. Yay. Thanks, Director. Now I have the perfect excuse to cancel my annoying council meeting. I can't turn down a request for aid after all. Sion and I will stay here to focus on repairing the border. Quinn Skaya, you're on guard duty. What will you do, Kadok? You'll be helpful no matter which group you go with. So you should go where you think you can do the most good.
Okay, I'll stay with the border too, but I can't help with the repairs. I'm going to go over the clock tower files, since they might have something on David. Oh, good idea. I think I'll do the same.
Oh, Blood Moon. Ishkik is Blood Moon, huh? Or Blood Maiden. I like that. Edgy.
The clock tower files are heavily encrypted though. We'll need to decrypt them one at a time.
I can help with that, though it'll have to be in my downtime between repair tasks.
Alright, then it's settled. Let's get to work, everyone. Oh, but not right this second. Misaki and Kirilight still need to rest. You both have a responsibility to get 7 hours of sleep and 2 hours of relaxation each day.
Gordolf, how?
You'll be departing tomorrow morning. Until then, take some time to enjoy the Chichen Itza nightlife if you like.
Yes, sir. Why don't you spend the night in Chichen Itza too, Commander?
Good point. A chance like this doesn't come around every day. I think of it as a vacation near a tropical rainforest, then... if I think of it as a vacation near a tropical rainforest, then maybe... No, wait. You can't fool me. I just know I'm going to be mistaken for a giant choctoball the moment I set foot outside. And pass around from Danos to Danos until I end up somewhere I don't even want to imagine.
But first, we should probably rescue Nido Chris from the shrine. Ah, yeah, Kadok. I'll stay on the border so I don't have to deal with Misaki. And since the Danos want to hear more Lost Belt stories, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We've got a long journey ahead of us starting tomorrow, so this might be our last chance to talk to them. Make sure to tell them as much as you can. Can do. And that's the story of the Chinese Lost Belt. Okay, I can see how Ishkik could be Arc, but how is Tepeyu Shiki? Is it just glasses?
Wow, a world of all vassals and just 1 human? Man, that's efficient, really efficient. The vassals do all the heavy labor to keep the world running and provide the king with culture. The king evaluates it all and becomes the primary figure in making further advancements. Technological development could never take a wrong turn in a world like that.
Oh, hair and glasses.
The other Lost Belt worlds were pretty astonishing too, but in terms of completion, the Chinese Lost Belt sounds like it was right at the top. I know what you mean. No one in this society ever had to feel unnecessary suffering or want things they could never have. Complete, yes, I say it is, but at a level of a species, maintaining the status quo is effectively regression. No matter how stable the world as a species lives, it may be, if that species never changes at all, it will only be a matter of time before other species surpass them, effectively causing them to degrade. But this Qinji Huang person managed all those changes himself. So as long as they never made a mistake, the Chinese Lost Belt would have been powerful indeed. And they did not in fact make any mistakes, which is why their empire became eternal. It's just too bad their own lifespan was limited. Not necessarily physically, since they did acquire an immortal body, but mentally. It almost sounds as though the Great Wall they built enclosed their mind as well as their nation. That part I honestly didn't understand. Why would a human of that caliber stop trying to grow their territory? Isn't that why they became emperor in the first place? To grow humanity's domain as far as possible?
Maybe expanding into outer space just wasn't worth the cost? Maybe they just wanted to test how far they could evolve? They could evolve, maybe. I'd say it was probably a combination of space travel not seeming to be worth the cost and an interest in pursuing their own evolution. Qinji Huang was the ultimate human in a very real sense. Their ideology was solipsistic, yes, but that was because they truly believed themselves to be the pinnacle of humanity. And since they were so strong in both mind and body, they probably never saw a need to compare themselves to others. It's the same ideal Kersharia tried to bring about. Qinji Huang loved their subjects and strove to advance the human species as much as possible. They were a perfected person, a true Zenren. But unfortunately, there was no one else in that world who could stand as Qinji Huang's peer, which ended up leaving them as the only human there was.
So they were a really, really hard-headed human. That kind of sounds like Tepeyu. He never lets anything stop him, even when he's all alone. Wow, these other Lost Belts are amazing. We could never try to keep surviving after an extinction. And none of us care about having our species flourish or trying to evolve further.
Really? But surely you guys don't want to go extinct either, right?
We do try to avoid death, but that's not the same thing as trying to avoid extinction. That would require a way of looking at things which was very focused on us specifically. We live for something bigger than ourselves. That said, no Dinos can put into words exactly what the bigger thing is. But you taught us that our world is a Lost Belt, a world that was meant to be pruned away. We're grateful to you for that. We're not envious of any of the other Lost Belts or of proper human history, because we know that our Mictlan is already a complete and perfect world. Yeah, we all love Mictlan, and we're all grateful to Lady Kukulcan. But you know, I do wonder if our Lost Belt's as meaningful as a world as the other ones. I hope so.
You guys are great, don't worry, Danos. Aw. We're just making them question everything. Next.
There you are, Walk-chan. I've been looking for you. Are you feeling like your old self yet? It's no use. Nothing I do works. I don't want to do anything at all ever again. Not until the sun disappears forever.
Oh, Walk-chan, no! Walk-chan, my boy.
Your brainwaves aside, you do seem like you're in peak physical condition. So let me give you this message. The Chaldeans will be heading to the 7th stratum at daybreak. If you would be willing to go with them as their porter, it would be a tremendous help. Whoa, the 7th stratum? That's amazing! That's practically a stone's throw from the dreaded land. Even I've only been there once. My dad took me when I was a kid, and I only remember seeing the stars there. That sounds like a ton of fun. I guess those guys will go anywhere as long as they have a goal. Oh, but Olga's gonna be there too, right? I don't know what to say to her. Now I know I should have said something to cheer her up instead of just disappearing, but... Wakchan, Yuoga Marie is no longer in Chichen Itza. She and the Chaldeans have gone their separate ways. I doubt she'll ever return. Huh? How'd that happen? I thought they were friends. Oh, what do you know to pay you? This would seem a good time to explain. I can only guess based on information I've been able to piece together, but I believe Yuoga Marie to be Chaldea's enemy. No, not just that. She may also be the greatest threat to the Dinos as well. You've heard the stories about proper human history in the Lost Belts, yes, and you know how the world outside ours, the civilization of Earth, was erased by the bleached Earth phenomenon, right? Well, the bleached Earth phenomenon didn't just erase civilization.
Oh, my door opened. Oh, candy.
It also scored every living thing from the planet. The being responsible for that is a foreign god, an alien who wiped out over 7 billion humans all on her own. And Yuoga Marie is that foreign god. At least, or so I believe. There are a few points that don't quite add up, so I can't be completely certain.
I'll take some of that later. If you can do me a favor, can I have I have a cup on top of the piano. Can you fill that with water? Thank you.
At least, so I believe. There are a few points that don't quite add up. So I can't be completely certain.
And no, not raw candy like chocolates.
But all that aside.
Speaking of candy though, I gotta make my other candy. I got Lunchables candies that looks like pizza. I gotta make some cursed gummy candy.
Whether by coincidence or miracle, we were able to speak and travel with her for a time. But that was no more than a dream bound to end sooner than later. Quite frankly, our journey with her was a mistake. You're kidding me.
Stare. And yes, we're candy. Mysterious Japanese chocolates.
Please try to calm down, Lord Vukub. The king may not be here right now, but we're still in the presence of the solar sojourn.
Well, I'm calling it cursed gummy candy because it's Lunchables. It literally looks like Lunchables pizza, but gummy form. It even comes with a liquid sauce for the pizza sauce.
If you flap your wings too loudly... Shut up! How are you not bothered by this? How long are those fools going to keep falling all over themselves, fawning over those damn outsiders?
No, don't put that there. Do not put that in my shrine area. Yes, my shrine area. That was for my water, by the way. Hydration. But yeah, do not get my merch wet. I would throw hands.
Shut up. How are you not bothered by this? How long are those fools going to keep falling all over themselves, fawning over those damn outsiders?
I want an 18-inch gummy snake. That sounds good. And a person that I want made into a servant, Hatsune Miku. She'd be the best moon cancer.
Even the king of dinosaurs is going along with it. Have they no reverence at all for the holy Shokta shrine? The shrine is meant to be where we give thanks to the sun cycle. It's not a place to celebrate outsiders. How many times are they going to make the same mistake before they get through their thick skulls? What good has a foreign culture ever brought us?
Vukub is just being a hater. Oh my goodness.
The damn cryptid's knowledge has been nothing but poison. The inclusion of language has only created disparities between Dinos, and the Osaloma has been growing stronger at an alarming rate. The only reason you cretins aren't worried is because you don't know how far Mexico City has come. If there were other winged Dinos besides me, they would tell you, just as I have, how terrifying that city really is. Please, calm down, Priest Vukub. Other priests will come by if you make too much noise. Humph, no they won't. They're all down there at the Shokta Shrine, making fools of themselves over the story of Kamisa's defeat. They have no sense of urgency, no concerns whatsoever about the impending danger. Why is that? Is it because you Cretans never had any natural predators? Because you never knew how terrifying it is to be the only one of your kind? We must find a way to wipe out the Osalome. We ignore Mexico City's growing power at our own peril. Dano's role in Mictlan, it's about time we started thinking that way. And yet, Kukulcan has left the Osalome to do whatever they please. Next thing you know, she's brought back a human child and named him the king of all Dinos. And then, just when we thought she'd gone off to observe Mexico City from a distance, she comes back dressed like a damn ocelotl. This all happened recently. Proper human history's knowledge has tarnished Mictlan and our son. In fact, that woman has been far too welcoming to those proper human history outsiders ever since she learned of this god concept. You mustn't say such things, Lord Vukub. Please, at least refrain from putting such thoughts into words. Shut up. This isn't my fault. It's the fault of the king and the god who made me think this in the first place. Who do you think I am, anyway? I'm a rare pterosaur, the only kind of Dinos blessed enough to be chosen by the skies. It should be me standing at the top of the Dino society.
Sure, Vukub, sure.
Do you have any idea how much of myself I've devoted to Mictlan for that purpose? Despair, repugnant king of dinosaurs. Despair, useless Kukulcan. The crypto showing up could change our entire culture, prove that we never had a culture of our own to begin with. Eep, you're exactly right, Lord Vukub. No one loves Mictlan more than you. You're the perfect Dinos to lead us all. Alright, move ahead with the plan we discussed. Tell us, Kali, I will agree to a second meeting in secret. A plan to steal his son? Huh. Humph, it's bold. I'll give him that. But it was at least worth hearing what he had to say. I certainly can't think of a better pretext. Fine. If he'll really save our dying son, he can have Chichen Itza.
Vukub, I wanna bonk you. Stinky Vukub. Third world. Oh gosh, look how many parts this one has. Well, I wonder how Shoshoaki will be. No fear. Section 13. Third underworld. Shoshoaki. Woohoo. Steer. I want that red corn.
I heard you're heading to Metztitlan. I have some experience with the journey to the 7th stratum. Would you mind if I came along as your guide?
Of course! I was hoping you would, of course! I agree. We won't have anything to fear as long as you're here with us. Dorotosipel.
Hey, new line working alright? Can you guys hear me?
Yep, loud and clear, Minair. Mictlan's magnetic field is pretty strong. In fact, every stratum has its own atmospheric density, magical energy concentration, and background radiation levels. Luckily, over the past few days, Professor figured out a way for comms to actually adjust their signal to suit the environment. We still won't be able to contact each other while we're in the underworld, since its levels seem to be similar to singularities in certain ways, but otherwise, we should be good to go.
Then we should be able to communicate with you while you're in the 7th stratum. That's great. We'll support you as best as we can from here.
Cute.
You're leaving too, Lady Needle. Aw man, we're gonna miss you. But I guess you gotta go since it's the 7th stratum. I mean, the 8th stratum's Camozo's hideout. If he shows up again, it's gonna be up to you to defeat him. Take care of Big Sis Misaki and Big Sis match for us.
Of course, that poor excuse for a necromancer is no match for me. And once we conclude our business in Metztitlan, we'll return to your city. It would be a shame to let this new fame go to waste. So when I get back, we're going to hold the Needle Crisp Cup we've talked about last night.
Woo, I can't believe we're gonna have another Hookta ceremony. Nothing can stop us now.
I only beat Camisots because it was essentially a bad matchup for him. I had a number of advantages going on. But if we were to run into Talalok, the Rain God again, I don't think I could defeat her as I am now. Good morning. Sorry I'm late. I went down to look at the shops first thing in the morning, and I lost track of time. And they were even out of the thing I was looking for. Just goes to show that you should prep for an adventure ahead of time.
Not to worry, Kukulcan. I have everything we'll need for camping out. We're all good to go. I've been guiding Misaki and Mash since the first stratum after all.
Then I guess I just need to come along for the ride. Good job, Tepeyu.
Of course. I'll do the best I can. But why do you sound so happy about this?
Because you've never been proud of because you've never been proud of any of your accomplishments before. This proves you've gotten better at asserting yourself and showing us when you're serious.
I don't know if I agree with that. You two wouldn't either, would you?
Oh no, I totally would. When you adjust your glasses, I can tell you mean business. Me too. You may not have realized this yourself, since you're such a naturally gentle soul. But you clearly feel a great deal of responsibility for the jobs you accept and the results you produce.
I see. Well, the thing with my glasses wasn't really meant to convey my emotions. I made these myself. They help me avoid looking upon things I shouldn't. Still, hearing that you both had to say just now was wonderful. I hope I can remember this moment perfectly forever.
Yes, forever. Okay, we should probably get going. It should take us about 2 days to reach the 7th stratum from here. We should be pretty safe with this lineup, but make sure you all stay sharp on the road anyway. I'll be extra sharp, extra prickly. And yeah, censorship glasses he has. Oh jeez, we're in trouble. What the hell are they thinking? Are they trying to burn down the whole jungle? I guess this means we've entered the territory, the 5th stratum. Even so, I can't believe they tried to blast us with fire before we even got close to them. Do they just not care about the jungle or the animals that live in it? I don't think we can talk our way out of this one. Although, I did understand a tiny bit. Huh? I think I just understood a little. Yeah, we can't talk our way out of this, but understood a tiny bit. This is no time to be scoping things out. See that guy? He's the leader around here. The captain of the squad. We best take him out right now, or he's gonna be a thorn in our side for who knows how long. Alright. You guys better turn that machine gun into scrap metal and pawn it off on Koinskaya. Pawn it off on Koinskaya, huh? Oh, this'll be fine. Let's just go with it. I believe, and if it's not fine, then sucks for me. That's what I get for being too cocky. Now, all's well. Ta-da! Even more ta-da! She'll give me 3 QP. For scrap metal. Good job, Moriarty. Almost full gauge. Hit him one more time, please. Thank you. Ask and you shall receive. Funk. All good. Ouch. So much damage. But you know, he's fine. He's alright. Let's just give him more attack, yeah.
時空は崩壊し数字
Good
が
boy.
支配する
You know, let's do it this way. Why not?
一歩前に
Ta-da!
正義も悪も全ては世界の機能不全マセマチカルマリグナントアナイアレイト王に押しつぶされる虫けら
Hey, worked out good.
インターセプター
Ouch. I hate that supporting fire. Scorpio? Huh. Interesting.
邪悪なる輝きを
No fear.
興味深い
You don't scare me, Scorpio.
いいともいいとも
足を狙います
恐れよ
Or maybe you do scare me. Actually, no, you don't scare me at all.
理解できる理解でき
I
る
feel like I can break his gauge this way. I'm gonna believe, yes, he did.
ミスだらけだ君の回答は
Scorpion the lion. I mean, Alias. Ow. He just like not hit me with AoE. Dude, really? Please? I'm kind of being a hater. Like, bro, can you not?
よし
了解
彼らを終わらせよ
Okay.
数字は支配し悪は成長するマセマチカルマリグナントアナイアレイト
Yay.
まったく
有効レンジ輝き
Good job, team. Ouch. Oh, that actually worked out nicely.
早書きです軽い
Kind of, anyways.
要心徹底
Kind of, sort of nicely.
左収束誰であれ対終末戦
And there,
いを心
restate.
があるのなら始めおごりであっても高らかにいつか必
And
ず
while they make me extra healthy, I can just sip my water.
導きの星よ力となれ
Oh, it feels so weird holding a cup of cold water because it's just
最後の竜は我がのね
condensation all over my hand.
円卓の守護者たちラウンドを
The cold water is nice and all, but I don't like the condensation. And I'm not putting it on the floor. I'm not putting it by on my nightstand with my computer. Not putting it anywhere else either.
あるまじき
Hell
執
nah.
行です
If anything, my hand just suffer. Sup, Ark.
これ
She should live, I hope. And if not, oops.
オルテナンス全機能解放
Yeah, this will be fine.
よー
I do have coasters, but not in my room. I'd rather not. Okay, just one. One left. So I can bonk him.
理解でき
Get
る
rid of that.
ね
Bonk and then bonk.
壊せばいいんでしょサイダーダメージ
There, Mash, you got this.
一歩前に
Actually, mash smash is better. I like that. Yep, I did that thing.
了解
いいともいいとも
3
Good job, Mash. Oh. I didn't even need our Noble Phantasm.
私れっきとしたお姫様
Okay.
なのです
That was close, but we made it. I see there are cornfields around here too. Of course, corn is considered the flesh of the gods. It's been modified to grow anywhere and everywhere in Mictlan. It's also one of the Dino's primary source of energy, second only to the sun.
As luck would have it, we have an excellent harvest today. Tomorrow, we'll be entering the 6th stratum, the 3rd underworld. When I'm accustomed to it, the rest of you will be seeing the galactic sand dunes for the first time.
Oh, a drink cozy sounds kind of cute. Though, ooh, I can just imagine the smell after a while. I wonder how often you have to wash it or else mildew. Ooh.
So tonight, I want you all to get plenty of nutrients and rest up for the trek across them. I also have some sauce Baker was kind enough to prepare for us on the storm border.
What sauce? Share the sauce, bro. And for tonight, not sure how far 3 hours will get me. Huh? You're putting that black water on our holy corn? It looks kind of evil to me. What is it exactly?
It's called soy sauce if you brush it over corn before cooking it. Well, see the result for yourselves.
Yay! It's roasted corn. My family's lame. We just have the same thing over and over for corn. Basically, grab corn, put it in a pot, and then just steam it. Ta-da! Steamed corn! Steamed corn! Steamed corn! More steamed corn! There's only steamed corn! That face she's making. Cuckoo. Don't pay you. If you're gonna make me corn, I'll eat it. Same. Just steam the entire corn. That's just how it be here too. Boil salt and butter. That sounds good. But nah, just steam corn. And just eat it plain. Nom 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 nom. I think Kukulcan just ate more corn in one sitting than most people could in their whole lives. It looks like Kukulcan, the king of this lost spout, is now just a roasted corn eating machine. I like that one. Roasted corn eating machine. But yeah, later on tonight, I just want to watch Geno. And I also still have to shower. I didn't shower before stream. I'm bad. I'm being a sweaty gamer. Kukulcan, maybe that's enough. You'll give yourself a terrible stomachache if you overeat. Then again, she's eaten 10 times her body mass in corn already, so maybe there's no sense worrying. All good here. Tipeu, another helping. I've been missing out on this tasty treat for 100,000 years, so I've got to make up for the lost time, yes. Man, proper human history is just downright devious. You're recklessly crazy. Why would you invent something that makes corn taste this good? Do you want the whole world's supply devoured? Girl, have you tried popcorn with butter? Oh my goodness, it's so good. Well, I won't let that happen. I'm a god, you know. And I take care of myself enough. I have A's in my classes. I'm a good worker. I can at least pretend to be a functioning member of society. Outside the house. Inside the house, nah. If it ever looks like we're about to run out of corn for good, I'll do everything in my power to make sure we don't. Nom 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 nom.
Ah, so this is culture shock. Terrifying. It seems we have a new possible cause of extinction on our hands.
Winky face. Tipeu.
I'll look after Kukulcan, so don't worry about her. Enjoy your after-dinner chat.
Drags her away. Yeah, they probably have at least found about popcorn. Dino's never really cultivated much in the way of culinary techniques, so I guess it's all very new and exciting for her. I'm glad the roast corn made her so happy though. I expected she'd like it since she's humanoid like us, but it's good to get a confirmation. You know, Da Vinci, it may be a little late to be asking this, but If Kukulcan is this lost belt's god, why does she look like a human and not like the Dinos? Good question. Honestly, I've been wondering about that too. Good question. At least we have our one dinosaur waifu, who's fun to keep in her dinosaur form. I don't blame you for wondering. Whenever humans imagine being superior to themselves, they usually think of giants or beastmen. Their tendency is to mix the familiar human form with characteristics no ordinary human could possess. Kettle corn with M&Ms, that sounds good. For me, I like movie butter popcorn, so I'll go to the theater, specifically buy the popcorn there, load it up with lots of butter because the theater near me lets me do that. I'm just like, I'm gonna get as much butter as I can, thank you. And then I add in mochi crunch, and sometimes, if I feel like it, red vines and snow caps or buncha crunch. But I'm happy with butter and mochi crunch for the most part. Or if I feel like being fancy, lihi moi powder. Yum. By that standard, you'd expect Kukulcan to look a lot more like the Dinos than human. Oh no, corn allergy. Oof. Hear me, evil roast corn. Your days are numbered. I swear to not resist. I swear not to rest until every last kernel of you is in my belly. Oh, you know how it is, Unseen Soda. You get it. You really get it. I feel so bad for some of the people. Like when I go to the movies with others, I have to get a separate box. We can never Yeah, I can never share a bag because I put way too much butter. And I feel bad because some of my buddies I went with, they got stomach aches afterwards. I'm like, I feel horrible. I'm a monster. Are we sure she's not actually a dinosaur? Don't have a trot. I understand how you feel, but that's not nice to say. Okay, I was hoping to gather a little more information first, but it seems like a good opportunity to move up our schedule and hold an emergency briefing. It's gonna be kind of heavy for an after-dinner conversation though, so be ready for that. Alright, I'm not gonna keep you waiting any longer. I'm sure you've been wondering about the origins of Mesoamerica and in the Magecraft world, and why the 7th Lost Belt turned out the way it did. We should have discussed that at the start, so on behalf of Chaldea, I'm sorry it took this long to get to it. But while we maybe took the scenic route to get to it, the time has finally arrived. Are you ready, everyone? Are you ready, Misaki? Then let's get this episode of Da Vinci's Mythology Corner started. First off, Misaki. I believe Mashiri told you about proper human histories, Chichen Itza, and the relationship between Maya and Aztec mythology, right? Do you remember what she said? The Mayan stuff came first, followed by the Aztec. Some of their teachings were the same and some were different. Some same, some different. I used to use a reusable popcorn bucket. I used to, or heck, sometimes I'll even get a large bag so I can take more home. And I'll be like, little brother, I got you a present. Eat this popcorn with lots of butter. You know you wanna, little bro. You call me fat, I call you fat too. Eat this too, bro. Very broad strokes, but since we're discussing the Lost Belt, I guess a basic understanding will do for now. Then taking all that into consideration, let's go over our journey so far. Yes, good thing theaters usually offer that. For the large anyways. We originally infiltrated the 7th Lost Belt in South America to finally settle the score with a foreign god. I love the classroom presentation style. But after breaching the storm wall instead of the South American continent we expected to see, we found Pangea, a massive supercontinent that once contained all Earth's landmass. Immediately after, the ground split open, revealing what I can only describe as a light we don't yet understand. That light struck the storm border, sending it crashing down to this underground world known as Mictlan. And as you'd expect from its name, Midland strongly reflects the characteristics of the Central America rather than South America. That's most likely because it's Lost Belt's roots, that is, the basic idea underpinning it, comes from Central America and proper human history. So it'd be more accurate to refer to this world as the Central American Lost Belt rather than South American Lost Belt. True, but its surface coordinates are still in South America, so let's just stick with the South American Lost Belt. Now here's my first observation. Let's dig a little deeper into Central American mythology. In addition to being closely tied to the natural world, Central American mythology also tried to focus on an astronomical perspective. They took a great interest in outer space. In fact, there's still lots of depictions of rockets pointed towards the sky that remain in Mesoamerican murals and relics today. Why is that? The Magecraft world has a theory. They think the Mayan civilization's interest in outer space may have started with a figure who already knew plenty about it. Really? As in, an alien?
Not gonna lie, I've done that before too at the movie theater.
Though, at the very least, I bought one ticket. And then afterwards, I'm just like, I kind of want to see what happens next. Yep, it came from outer space, but it wasn't the kind of creature you're probably imagining. 66 million years ago, during the fifth of the Big Five extinction events, an enormous meteorite crashed into the Yucatan Peninsula in Central America. The resulting shockwave is believed to have become a massive heat wave which covered the entire planet, effectively ending the dinosaurs' time as Earth's dominant life forms. I understand dinos are different from dinosaurs, but I've also been told their bodies are equally strong and durable. So if this event wiped out the dinosaurs and changed the entire ecosystem, it must have been quite the disaster. Yep, the earthquake created by the meteorite's impact exceeded a magnitude of 11, and the resulting tsunamis were easily over 300 meters tall. Recently, some people have come to believe that another meteorite landed in West Africa around the same time. But either way, there's no question about the impact on the Yucatan Peninsula. There's just too much evidence of it. There's a 160-kilometer crater along the peninsula. Iridium, a rare metal, was discovered there too. And above all, the enormous underground cavern that was clearly formed by a meteorite impact. You see, there are a lot of springs called cenotes in the Yucatan Peninsula. That is pretty funny. First mass extinction caused by some bacteria learning to make oxygen, which killed off almost all other bacteria. They're essentially very deep pits with groundwater bubbling up from their bottom, which made them crucial sources of water. And one of the reasons these cenotes formed in the first place was a result of the changes the meteorite impact had on the bedrock. Which explains why so many of the cenotes are connected to each other underground, like a giant ant colony. Ew, if there's a 2% chance of the Tunguska level meteor hitting Earth in the 2030s. Ew. See? This means there must have been a massive underground world running beneath the Yucatan Peninsula as far back as 66 million years ago. For the people living there at the time, the underworld of Xibalba, from Maya mythology, was very real. Over time, this underworld myth was brought into Aztec mythology as well, where it was reborn as Mictlan. And the Magecraft world believes that the primal fear the locals had of Mictlan wasn't a product of legend. If it does hit, it's most likely going to land in the ocean. Please not here. Please don't be this ocean. Oi. But because that very real fear was inscribed upon their DNA. Inscribed on their DNA? So they weren't normal humans? So, does it mean they had different DNA from normal humans? Different DNA? No, they're perfectly normal except for one additional factor. The Yucatan Peninsula meteorite was absolutely chock full of resources. And I don't just mean the kind of rare metals that are nearly impossible to find on Earth. I mean matter, or even life forms that didn't exist on Earth at all. What I'm saying is, aliens arrived in the same meteorite that hit the Yucatan Peninsula. Seriously? You're kidding me? Seriously? Yep, dead serious. Although I guess calling them aliens might be overselling it. At any rate, the meteorite came with intelligent life from another planet. Lost Boat 7's pretty good so far. Okay, low enough odds. We don't know whether they use life on Earth as host bodies, like parasites, or they outright fuse with them. Either way, this intelligent life arriving on Earth resulted in the rapid rebirth and development of advanced life on the planet. What's more, it did so in ways beings like ourselves, who reproduce sexually, could never duplicate. These extraterrestrials had to multiply quickly, over a large area, and without pause so they could cover all of Earth. And the best way they could do that was via the natural world's most abundant form of life, plants. This means the beings which arrived with a meteorite weren't conscious beings, but fungi with the ability to store and convey information. They parasitized Earth's plants, and helped them to develop their seeds. Once humans came around, they were revered as the incarnations of nature itself. Those are the roots of all of Mesoamerican gods. They would attach to just about anything and lend them their power. At times, they probably appeared as natural forces themselves. Sometimes, I bet they used animals as their host bodies. Other times, I wouldn't be surprised if they used humans. In time, the people who would eventually form the Mayan civilization were born. Those who were most compatible with the fungi became priests, kings, and sometimes gods. So basically, in the Magecraft world, it is believed that it was these fungi which gave the Mayan people their visions of outer space, the fungi's homeworld. Mushroom people. Everyone's a Paris or Parasac now. So these aliens, these visitors attached to the meteorite from 66 million years ago, were the origin of the civilization's gods. Huh? What does this remind me of? Huh? I like that. Yes, the fungus really likes me. I must be chosen by a god, totally. No, chosen. Heck, the pasta I ate earlier tonight was mushroom pasta, so oh my goodness, it's all canon. I also have mushroom coffee, so even more. Chosen by the gods. Da Vinci, when you say fungi, are you talking about the mushrooms we know today? Well, recently, there have been theories that all fungi on the Earth not only share a common language, but that they also communicate through their own underground network. Topic for another time. In retrospect, calling them fungi may have been misleading. They more closely resemble the roots of a plant than anything else. Imagine microscopic life forms that operate entirely via nerve tissue, and you have the right idea. I guess they looked a lot like living filaments. Anyway, while these fungi or plant roots, or whatever you want to call them, were able to store away and convey information, they weren't able to achieve conscious intelligence on their own. It may sound bad, but in many ways, they were like a virus that needs a host body to survive. I think that by attaching to a host, these beings were able to advance that host species and secure a livable biosphere. A carrier of the gods. I've heard that there's a family in the Magus Association who's been watching over mystic fungi from the Age of Gods for generations. Is it the same kind of thing? Yep. The origins may be different, but the carriers of the gods follow the same logic. The result is humans infected with the divine blood who can manifest mystics in the Age of Gods here in modern times. It doesn't get much rarer than that. In Aztec mythology, Quetzalcoatl and Tezcatlipoca often appeared as humans despite being gods. But if Quetzalcoatl was actually god filaments, using the king of that age as his host body, then it all makes sense. First, these aliens attach themselves to plants, which caused plant life to flourish. This resulted in Central and South America's massive jungles and rainforests. They then used the plant roots to spread out underground as a nervous system to cultivate all around the world. Over time, they noticed the emergence of humans, Earth's prime species, and oversaw the end of the Age of Gods. When these beings' own time ran out and they accepted they would never return to their home in outer space, they decided to entrust their hopes and dreams to their children, inhabiting the Earth's surface, humans. And that is the story behind the Mayan and Aztec civilizations. The mythology still remembers Earth's 5 big extinction events, yet doesn't portray them in a negative light. It's a mythology focused on the rebirth of species, filled with the will to overcome even the worst world-ending disaster. So they accepted extinction and worked to overcome it.
Kukulcan is asleep now, so I overheard your discussion. If I understand you correctly, Da Vinci, you're saying that human history diverged based on the species. These extraterrestrials chose to carry on their wish to return to their home. In proper human history, they chose humans, and in this South American Lost Belt, they chose Danos, us. Does it mean this Lost Belt began after the mass extinction event 66 million years ago?
If so, this Lost Belt would have been the longest history of any of them, by far. No, for that matter, it would mean this Lost Belt's prime species has been developing for even longer than proper human history. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all correct. But there's still a lot we don't know. It's safe to say that the meteorite that crashed on the Yucatan Peninsula marked the point where this Lost Belt began. But I can't see that what happened after that. Why does Kukulcan look human instead of like a Dinos? Why did this Lost Belt's god filaments choose to parasitize Dinos and not humans? The dinosaurs would have also been wiped out during the 5th big extinction event. So if the filaments were going to choose any species to parasitize, surely they would have chosen mammals, the dominant form of life, just like they did in proper human history. I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure I've at least got the broad strokes right. I probably could have inferred a little more if Holmes were here, but this is the best I can do on my own.
I see, so you need more information to make additional inferences. Why don't we try looking at it from a different angle? We may not know why the god filaments chose Danos, but we do know the basis of our being chosen. But do we know the basis for our being chosen?
Oh sure, that much is pretty clear. Before I go on, I'd like to just go over some facts. Misaki? Yes? Based on the information we've gathered so far, what can you say about the Danos? They're really strong. They're different from dinosaurs. Their skin has a unique characteristic. They're really strong. Well, they're different from dinosaurs, that for sure. Yep. They of course have the same musculature as dinosaurs. They can camouflage themselves like chameleons. They can communicate telepathically. They're all herbivores despite the diversity in their species, and they can nullify physical impacts using biowaves. It should be impossible for those traits to have evolved on Earth organically. Their high intelligence in particular. I don't mean that it's impossible for them to be smart. I mean that most herbivores simply wouldn't be capable of it. It's just not feasible that at their size, Dinos would be able to obtain the required nutrients for survival on an herbivorous diet alone. Which means the Danos must be replenishing the energy they need via different means. The teachings of the sun, they're able to live on water and sunlight alone. Oh, you mean the Danos are? Yep, they're conducting photosynthesis all the time, thanks to the gods' filaments' evolutionary help. This Lost Belt's prime species, the Danos, are a hybrid of both flora and fauna. They've been this world's dominant form of life for 66 million years. They're way more advanced than humanoids like us. Since they're both plant and animal, I wonder what they taste like.
I can't believe it. I had no idea we were such incredible creatures.
You sure are. You all probably don't think anything of it. But you dinos are actually the perfect intelligent life form. Every last one of you is strong, and you don't have to compete with each other for resources to survive. In a way, you're just like the vision Krishara had for an ideal humanity. A species whose members would never need to fight amongst themselves. I'm glad it was the Danos who were the ideal species. The ideal prime species. Okay, the impossible meats taste kind of good, so... Or depending, so... I wouldn't mind eating Danos. I know it's bad, but... They'd be like, corn! Eat corn, not Danos, but... Can I just take a little nibble off the tail? It'll grow back, right? Yes, Krishna's goal wasn't a pipe dream after all. The ideal species he had hoped to see exists right here. And the fact that they are all so kind, like Tepeyu, makes me so happy. That being said, even though I can make an educated guess about the meteorite hitting the Yucatan Peninsula being the branching point for the South American Lost Belt, I still have no idea why I ended up with this unusual structure. The only way we're going to find out is by going to this observatory, but first... We've got to go through the next checkpoint, the third underworld. Then again, this time, we've got Needle Chris Da Vinci and the ridiculously overpowered dinosaur god snoozing away over there. So I'm sure we can handle anything this place throws at us. Bring it on, I say. There are the wilds when we fight, but at the same time, they've been tainted. So we'd have to boil them for safety. Da Vinci's guesses are mostly correct. We did fall from outer space. We did end up stranded on this planet. In your world of proper human history, we're the ones who instigated the fifth mass extinction event 66 million years ago. But this is a lost belt. In this world, thanks to a tiny deviation in its path, the meteorite that devastated the Earth arrived 250 million years sooner. And that is where our worlds parted ways. It is also where the Mictlan you see here began. For 234 million years, we used their roots to keep the supercontinent together. That's similar to Godzilla Earth? But then, 66 million years ago, this planet faced its third extinction level event. In proper human history, this is where the old world ended and the new Cenozoic era began. Instead of waiting for humans like you to appear later, we chose them to carry on. We chose the prehistoric children who continue to survive so valiantly on this planet, just like those of you who would be born later. Steer. Damn, I woke up too early. It looks like everyone else is still asleep. Oh, I know that feeling. For the rare times that I sleep before 4 AM, sometimes I'll wake up at 4 AM afterwards. I'm like, dang self. You're like, 4 AM's a beautiful hour. I love the number 4 or 3 sometimes. I'm like, wishing hours. Damn, I woke up too early. Oh, you woke up? What a coincidence. So did I. Since I'm up anyway, I decided to give Habitrot a break and keep watch for her. I was just admiring Mictlan's night sky. Go get some more sleep. I've got the lookout stuff covered, yes. ... You're not going to go back to sleep? Then, would you like something to drink? You need to stay hydrated, right? I have water, no worries. Oh, you want to know how we're seeing the stars, even so deep underground? Well, unfortunately, Mictlan's night sky isn't actually a window into outer space. It just looks like one. The stars we're seeing are just the mala using phosphorescence to imitate what the real night sky of so long ago looked like. The only real celestial body here is the sun. And even that's technically a fake since it's actually a really tiny artificial recreation of the real thing. You know, I might just have been imagining things, but... Yes? Were you only pretending to be asleep earlier, Kukulcan? Wow, you saw right through me! Oh yeah, it's kind of amazing. The sleeping pills Dad bought actually work well for him. He's been sleeping around 2 a.m. Like, dang, Dad, look at you sleeping early. Good for you. I didn't think it was really my place to speak up there, so I figured pretending to be asleep would be the best way not to interfere. I mean, the whole conversation would have come to a screeching halt if they'd asked me to weigh in, you know? What do you think, Kukulcan? How did Miklan end up like this? I wouldn't have known what to do if you asked me those kinds of questions. If you'd asked, I would have had to answer, and since I can't lie, well... I decided to pretend to be asleep and wait until the storm passed. I see, so you have some secrets then. Does it mean you have something to hide? I see, so you have some secrets then? Oh, but you kept something from Da Vinci too, didn't you? There was a moment you could have pointed out that she was wrong, but you chose not to say anything. Why is that? You already know whose dream it was you saw when you were back in Chichen Itza, don't you? Is it because you didn't want to interrupt, or is it because you realized I was only faking being asleep? And you knew instinctively that if you spill the beans, I'd kill you. Yep, that. I didn't even notice the contradiction. The fact that you thought to even say that proves you did know. I don't know why you decided to keep quiet, but I'm kind of glad you did. Thank you. Anyway, that's enough joking around, you guessed right. The dream you saw came from the Mala, the god filaments rooted here in Miklan. I don't know how you ended up harmonizing with Miklan so well, but you didn't do anything wrong. So there's nothing wrong with telling everyone what you saw and discussing with them. But, there's a pretty good chance that doing so would expose, certain someone's thoughtless misdeeds. But I guess she will have no one to blame but herself for that. That's all well and good, but honestly, I don't remember what I saw. Honestly, I barely remember anything from that dream. Huh? You mean you forget what you dream almost as soon as you wake up? Are humans just like that? Honestly, depending on the dream. Usually if it's a bad dream, I remember easier, which makes me upset, and then I try to fall asleep right afterwards because I'm like, get rid of that thought. How dare ye, brain. Oh man, now that I think about it, I'm the same way. I thought I was the only one who was so forgetful. Okay, I'm just gonna say goodnight again. Oh, just chalk this all up to a dream and forget it when you wake up. I mean, don't worry about anything. I'll be keeping watch all night. Okay, back to bed. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can't fall back asleep. Okay, back to bed. And I think I have time for one more node. Let's go for it. That was a long one. Yay! We can go to Shoshoaki. Woohoo! And fighting! Oh my goodness, I love fighting! There.
What is the third level of the underworld like? It's a strange place, permanently covered in the darkness of night. There are gentle breezes, lots of oases with clean water, and a starry night sky that stretches on as far as you can see. The only downside is that Danos can't stay there long, given the lack of sunlight. It's the only desert in Miklan, and a very peaceful place for stargazing.
A desert. At last, familiar terrain. Now you're starting to speak my language. The desert is indeed beautiful at night. I can even teach you how to use the stars to navigate there. Except they're not real stars. Oh, that's a lot of sand. Oh wait, now it's clearing up a bit. Shocked. Gobsmacked. I love that expressions. Just And again, winky face. I love the winky face so much.
What in the world happened here?
Depo? What about stars? What about the stargazing? What about stars? Where's the stargazing, dude? Sand is meh. It gets everywhere, it sticks everywhere, and I'm just like, why?
Well, this is embarrassing. I think I give up. Endless screens of sand everywhere you look. Arid air without a hint of moisture. Heat more oppressive even than a jungle. Mash, could you tell me exactly what the current temperature is? 80 degrees Celsius, 176 Fahrenheit, I see. That could dry up a Danos in a few days. Frankly, I would like nothing more than to go home, but don't worry. We have a specialist with us. Nudicrous, please do something about this.
What do you expect me to do? This isn't a desert, it's a hellscape. Even if we shrug off these sandstorms, which may as well be barrages of needles, there's still the air, which is hot enough to boil water. And it's not even mentioning the weird gravity. An oasis won't do us any good if it's floating too high up for us to reach.
But you can still float up there in the wind, no? Mash told me how you're the incarnation of the god of the sky. Given all your knowledge of the desert and your ability to fly, I think of no better god to entreat for help, please.
Oh, I mean, yes, I am, but floating on winds this strong would be, It'll be suicide. I don't recommend flying around here or even jumping up too high, no. In addition to the strong wind, everything above 400 meters is a vacuum with no gravity. It may look like a clear blue sky, but it's exactly the same as being in outer space. Exactly. Thank you, Kukulcan. I knew Miklan's god of wind would understand. The sky in this level of the underworld is no sky at all, and since outer space is well beyond my jurisdiction, we'll just have to hoof it. Honestly, this hasn't exactly been a huge shock. I don't suppose you brought a buggy with you, Da Vinci? No, but I'm really wishing I had. I knew I should have been working on a Bastignon the 4th in secret. Hang on, we're not gonna be reaching an oasis anytime soon, right? We should turn back. Service might be fine, but Misaki won't make it an hour out there. Your Mystic Code's temperature regulation was just barely enough to be in the jungle, right, Misaki? So trying to cross this desert is gonna feel like trekking through a steam bath. Your canteen will be empty before noon. What are you gonna do if you collapse out there? Good point, Habitat. I agree. We should go back to the jungle for now, stock up on water, then... I don't see the jungle we came from anymore. Is the sandstorm just blocking our view? I hope that's all there is to it. Hang on, let me send Typhon out to take a look. Meanwhile, we should stay together so the sandstorm doesn't separate us. Hold hands, grab onto each other's clothes, whatever you need to do. Group hand-holding. Typhon's back. What did she find out, Da Vinci? Bad news. She couldn't find a way out of the desert. Somehow, even though we only just arrived from the jungle, we're out in the middle of the desert. This must be the underworld trial. It's okay, I was expecting something like this. It's the trial. But making sure Senpai has enough water is a matter of life and death. If only we could at least mitigate this heat somehow. Yeah, I'm against continuing on like this too. Damn it, I let the cool environments in the first and second underworld lull me to a false sense of security. I should be able to generate some water, but as hot as it is, that isn't going to save Misaki or to pay you from heat exhaustion. I didn't think it was going to be this bad either. Damn it. I knew I should have gone around the shops a little more. If only we had yellow cucumber from Chichen Itza, we would have been able to regulate Misaki and Tepeyu's body temperatures.
It's not your fault, Kukulcan. Almost nobody uses yellow cucumbers these days. Only a very old shopkeeper would even think to stock them.
Do I have that in my bag? Are these what you need? Thank you for the care package, David. Is this what you're talking about?
Thank you, don't mind if I do.
Opening wide. Tepeyu, smack.
I'm sorry, truth be told, my mind reached its boiling point some time ago, telling Misaki, where'd you get that?
From a shop, go ahead, I have two. At a shop, and luckily, I have enough for both of us. From a shop, go ahead, I have two.
Thank you, don't mind if I do.
Jump.
What vitality, what energy. It almost feels like ice moving through my veins. Normally, being out here would be suicide, but just now, I feel incredible. Go, Misaki, try it.
Don't have to tell me twice. Just chow it down all at once, huh? Don't have to tell me twice. Nom 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 nom. You ate it as is? Are you sure it's safe for humans, senpai? Oh wow, it tastes like apples, grapes, oranges, and peaches all at once. Wow, it's like natural ice cream. An edible work of art. Really? What the? So it's a cooling fruit or vegetable that excels at helping people beat the heat, similar to green cucumbers? It did look pretty good. It's a shame you only bought two of them. This is perfect. With yellow cucumbers that good, you won't need any more water for the rest of the day. Thank goodness you managed to find such a well-stocked shop, Misaki. And of course, great job making sure you were prepared for anything. Well, actually... Oh, Shiba just sent me an alert. Hostiles! Please be careful, everyone. Heat signatures are burrowing through the ground toward us. Worry not. Any demonic beast that lives in the desert is subject to my jurisdiction. This time for sure. I, Pharaoh Needlecris, will take the lead here. The rest of you fall back and save your strength for later, just in case. As for you, Misaki, now the fruit adequately hydrated you, I'd like you to help by performing some simple heroic spirit summons. On it. Since we're in the underworld boundary, that should be no problem. On it. I prefer pickles over cucumbers. Huh? It's not working? Huh? Well... Okay. No wonder I have to choose, like, right before... Oh, of course, of course, of course. That's just how it'd be, huh? Well, well, well. I see how it is. Evil. Very, very evil and hello, hello. Sheesh. Oh, actually, no fear. This is fine. Nah, I'm gonna do it. I'm just do it. Yep, no regrets. No resisting, no resisting. Go self, go.
屍の鏡暗黒の鏡扉となる恐怖の心暗空ねぶた受精
Death.
ファラオの意向をここに
Oh, that was nice. That was very, very nice. You know, I'm gonna save the Noble Phantasm for the next round. I'm just gonna fight manually.
それが良いでしょうわかります天罰天罰天罰たくさん出ません
Oh, the Majets. sound of wriggling. Ew, nasty. Disgusting.
それ許します
And there. Another one.
屍の鏡暗黒の鏡扉とな恐怖の心暗空ねぶた受精
Need for death. Oh, terror though. Uh-oh. What? NPCO, how freaking dare you? Well... No, my buff! How freaking dare you? Oh, this punk. I hate him. I hate him with a burning passion now.
そうわかりますええ許しますもしもし
Stupid worm.
連発ザザーンたくさん出ませ
But yeah, yay for death except for me. Ouch.
ホルスよ
Fair power. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I'm grateful for that. Super duper grateful.
そうええ許します屍の鏡暗黒の鏡扉とな恐怖の心暗空ねぶた受精
Thank you, Death.
ではまず
Okay, that worked out
コースを作
good.
ります
Oh, according to plan, totally.
うんうん
Yay. Were you trying to kill me because if I'd been anyone else, you would have succeeded? I'm sorry, but it wasn't my fault. Of course not. The summoning ritual just kind of stopped. You weren't able to summon anyone? Did you say you could summon any heroic spirit you want when you're in the underworld? Freaking insolent. Failing to summon aid here is downright incompetent. I appreciate your faith in my abilities, but you wildly overestimated me. I'm afraid you're mistaken, Pharaoh Nitocris. I was right here. I saw the whole thing. Senpai's summoning ritual did go off without a hitch, but then it seemed like something external nullified it before it could work. I'm guessing it has something to do with the rule that's unique to this level of the underworld. Oh, I didn't realize. A summoner who's lost the ability to summon is like a bird that's lost its wings. As a caster, I can understand your frustrations. Forgive me, Misaki. I shouldn't have yelled at you when I didn't have all the information. As a fellow worker of spells, let me offer some advice. Don't mistake your inexperience for weakness. No one is an expert at everything. When things are truly bad, bemoaning your situation only makes it worse. Next time, I want you to try taking a deep breath, moving a few steps in any direction, and directing your mind elsewhere, away from your concerns. Okay, I will. Thank you, Nitocris. And sorry about what happened. Will do, thank you, Nitocris. I'm so sorry you had to fight all by yourself. Heh, don't worry about it. Those desert insects were no match for me. They may have caught me by surprise at the start, but I got used to them. Now I can handle 100 easily. Say that's right. As a pharaoh, you used to command the Sphinx. You should still have that same authority even here in Miklan's underworld. That Sphinx was actually a gift from Pharaoh Ozymandias, but I'll just keep that part to myself. All that aside, the fact that your summoning ritual was aborted like that is pretty concerning, Misaki. I'm not too worried about us for the moment since we have heavy hitters like Nitocris and Kukulcan around. When you're not able to summon other heroic spirits bothers me. What kind of rule could have... Habitat? Uh-oh.
What is it, Habitat? Why are you gawking like that?
There! Look there! Look! Huh? Even more staring. What? I don't think I like that. Giant legs? Those things are huge. Way too close for comfort. Giant legs? Touch. Yeah, I see them too. Those have gotta be the legs of some crazy huge creature. With toes that big, the whole thing must be something like 60 meters tall. It's the same size as Protea. Damn it, we need to hide fast, but there is nowhere to hide. Everyone, gather around me and stay low to the ground. I'm gonna open up my sacred garment. Ta-da! And now we are safe. I'm assuming we became a Jed. Well, that's the way to end tonight. Mysterious giant legs. Oh, perfect. Look at me running out of AP. Ta-da! Good timing. Oh my goodness, self. Woohoo! I'll be continuing more of the Lost about tomorrow and the day afterwards. So yay, good progress for now. Hopefully can for section 15. We'll see how it goes. And if not, I guess there's Thursday instead of doing Valentine's Day Thursday before after work. But I'll see how it goes. But for now, gotta get ready for some dinner. So with that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Epic Gacha Luck. Yay for Dano time. Woohoo! So bye-bye.